Well, I was thinking about that. Like, we talked about like they believe they used like vibrations to build the pyramid,
Yep.
and vibrations create sound waves. So what if it was some of the same thing that created those patterns or designs for those columns?
Well, we were just talking about that before you got back.
Yep.
But in a different sense, like we were talking about, like what if the frequency was able to make the sand vibrate, so that way they were able to move the stones on the sand and just have the sand vibrate and move the stones easier because the
Yeah.
sand carried it. I don't know, man. I think we're getting deep, getting balls deep.
Balls deep.
This is what I was talking about.
Well, speaking of that,
My balls was
Yes.
hot.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was TBD after his first fight. No.
Oh, they might have been. They might have been.
Whispers in shadow, stories left untold, conspiracies unravel, the brave lead the bold. Aliens on the radar, Bigfoot in the night, Atlantis deep beneath us, truth is just a lie. Speak in code, speak soft and slow. Secret tales the world won't know. Legends, myths unravel fast. Truth or fiction, shadows cast. Questions laced with mystery. Doubt or faith, what's right to see. Birth and gone or just pretend. Debate won't ever end. Speak in code, speak soft and slow. Speak in code, secret tales the world will never know. Speak in code.
Hey guys, you are listening to the SpeakInCOAD Podcast. I am Code, Conspiracy of a Deadman, and we're about to get this thing on the road. So, coming to the stage, he just put his shirt back on. Teddy Bear Dynamite!
Good day, good people.
You're like, yes. So, and then, guys, I just want to introduce you to the newest member of the newest episode of the newest podcast about to drop today. Well, not today. Probably when I finish editing. It might take me like 2 weeks from now because I'm a procrastinator. So, I just want to introduce, coming to the stage, he's the Stone Cold Steve Austin of podcast. His name is Business Party. Oh, wait. There we go. All right, cool. Gotcha.
There we go.
I was like, I can't have it too late. Do that again.
The fucking here's John.
Oh, nice.
What's up?
Oh, what? Mine didn't play.
Oh,
Are they playing? I can't even hear it.
I
heard it.
heard it.
Oh, dagnabbit. I don't know what's going on. My
Because
technical difficulties.
it happens.
Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, my gosh.
I mean, it wouldn't be right if smart shit didn't break down all the time, you know?
Yeah. If my middle
Very
name
true.
wasn't... If my name wasn't stupid shit.
But yeah, awesome to be on here. Fucking love what you guys have been doing. You guys put out some fucking cool shit. So glad you guys have been fucking continuing going for a while. Obviously, I've known Drew for quite a few years now through the Discord and whatnot, and
Yeah.
good to be on here.
Yeah, man.
Good to have you on.
I'm
Hell
so
yeah,
pumped
thank
you get to put a face to the name. We always throw shout outs to you in our episodes. Like, people are like, who's this business party? I mean, they already know you because our only listeners probably Jack and my parents. So
and I highly appreciate that too.
definitely, dude, he got me into podcasting. He was the first podcast I ever was a guest on, and it was the Business Party Podcast.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that was early days too.
Yeah, I think it was your first guest of 21,
I think so. Yeah.
something like that. I was like, oh, this is amazing. And then our audio kind of got messed up, and he was like, yeah, you got to use this app and then this app, and then we all changed the apps. We're never using the same ones ever again.
Pretty much.
I think even the app changed names. Like they're not even by the same company anymore. So I'm like, oh well.
Yeah. I think that was Anchor, and then Spotify bought it. So now it's like
Yeah.
Spotify for podcasters, and
Yep.
but you can still upload your shit. But no, it is weird now because you have to, even to post on there, you have to make a Spotify account. So they're
Yep.
doing like now they're doing the mandatory shit that a lot of other companies are doing. And
I'm alright with it because I put it on Spotify and it has audio and video, so you can watch us and on
Right.
Spotify just like Joe Rogan. So I'm like, oh, I'm one step closer.
right,
My talents to Spotify, like LeBron James, but less retarded. I mean, less special.
That's retarded.
yeah. You're not flopping in the middle of the episode like
Yeah. I banged my head on the wall. I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to. I chipped it earlier just to make it look like the flop was real.
right.
But yeah, man. So like, if you want, we could do the what's in your cup. It's just you don't have to drink anything if you don't want, as long as you have a cup, you can partake. I mean, it could be empty with coins in it and pens, or do whatever you want with it. And then
Going with the good old banquet beer tonight, Coors Original.
yeah.
Oh,
This podcast is brought to you by the Business Party Podcast, where parties happen and
yes.
business happens and podcasting happens. It's 3 actions, 3 verbs, 3 nouns. I like it.
And it's actually a combination of 3 different things. I mean, a little bit of the same in each, but a combination of 3 things. So the way that I came about the name was a mullet, business in the front, party in the back, but then a tuxedo T-shirt, because that still means I like to party, but I mean business. And then the scene from Talladega Nights when he's like, I like my baby Jesus in a tuxedo T-shirt, because it means I mean business, but I like to party, and I like my Jesus to party. Like, you know what? I think I can stick to that.
And I'm shocked he never mentioned baby Jesus with a mullet, because then you would tie in all 3. And then if you put a mic with him, then you'd be like, he's podcasting. You're like, oh my gosh. I don't know if this is
like if I saw a baby with a mullet, I'd have to fight it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. If I see a baby with a mullet, it's like we got to run the hands. So,
Yeah, right? Were you talking shit to me, baby? You think you could drink more than me, or what?
What do you mean, goo goo gaga?
Oh man, I'm almost nervous having you on. I mean, we talk all the time, but I'm just like, oh, I haven't seen you on camera, unless I'm watching on Rumble and everywhere else you're found.
Right. Well, it's a different experience, also, like for me, because I've only been on one other podcast, really. That was not a real podcast. It's like a libertarian-based podcast talking about some of the shit with the government and everything else. But that's really the only other one that I've necessarily been on. And it is interesting when you go on somebody else's, because usually you're at the helm and all that. But then going on somebody else's, it's just as nerve-wracking, homie, believe me.
Now, is that TBD's hand holding a beer behind you, or is that Andre the Giant's hand?
It's Andre the Giant's hand.
Oh, okay.
Well, because we were talking about him on Business Party one night, and then we were talking about like how many beers he drank and how big his hands were and shit. Nobody, I think it was Jack, didn't know what we were talking about. I was like, one second, pulled that up, put it in my background. I was like, this is his hand.
Yeah. And you're like, and I'm his beer.
Exactly, yeah. And then it's like, look at my hand in the beer. Now look at that beer in his hand.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus.
You're like, that's a tall boy.
It looks like he got one of those like little mini 6-ounce cans.
Yeah. Mini
Right?
beers. Jeez. Man. So, your first podcast that you started was called the Business Party Podcast, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then you started multiple others, but it's still the Business Party Podcast. You just brought more people in.
Yeah. We're still going Business Party Podcast, and we had 2 Jacks, 1 Scotch with Jack and Jackie, and Jack has had some other things going on, so we kind of kiboshed that, and now Jackie is on the Weekend Hangover with other co-host Davey, and then Davey moved on now with Off Label, and they're going to kind of be under the Business Party Network, which is kind of the network that we're starting.
Okay.
To have like a main place to where it's like I guess I still describe it as kind of like a Daily Wire. but we're not going to have like contracts and all that shit. And basically, it's going to be like it's going to be the collection of things. So all of our crowds can get together and kind of, if you like this, maybe you might like this, maybe you might like this, and kind of get together and just have fun with it. We're not really going to like say if somebody does want to leave or they get something else, an offer or whatever else, we won't hate on and be like, no, your shit has to stay here. No, it's not like that. Like, take your stuff. You did your thing. Like, there you go.
Okay.
Cool. There was
it's growing faster than I thought too. It's pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, because I saw the commercial and I was just like, this is amazing. So then I spliced it and copied it all, and I was just like, I'm gonna post this on my stuff. But it has all your names, and I used all your guys' stuff, so I was like, no copyright. I'm giving everybody credit for where it's due. But I thought that was so sick.
I highly appreciate that too. The more that gets out, the better, and it's awesome. And definitely, whenever we go back on, I know we've shouted you out and had you on before, but definitely when we go back on, I'm gonna be shouting you guys out again. Hopefully, get more people towards your way also.
Definitely. Yeah, and I mean, I even feel like you guys could do. What was it? I was on with you guys once. It was like 10 of us or something like that. But
that was a wild show.
Yes, it was. I'm like, I couldn't hear anything. As soon as you would start talking, somebody else would start talking, and their mic was so loud. I'm like, I see you. And I was really waving to you, like, I see what's going on. Don't worry.
This is one of those, like, it's a grand and cool idea, but generally doesn't work very well, which we found out.
I would suggest, like, next time muting everybody, and then somebody raise their hand, and then you'd be like, and just call people out. But like,
absolutely. And that's kind of like, we might have a network show sometimes on like a Saturday where we're going to have like everybody who's kind of under it get together. But that's one thing that we talked about was next time when we start doing that, like say if something comes up, everybody just kind of mute their mic. Besides maybe one or two people who are talking about it, keep a pad of paper next to you. So if like a point comes up and you want to talk about something, just write down the point real quick and be like, hey, maybe I want to chime in on this. And because I've done that before, and I've noticed that Union of the Unwanted, they tend to do that.
Yes.
Like everybody will kind of mute out, then it'll be one or two people. Then they'll be like, hey, Monica, do you want to speak on this? Or those conspiracy guys, you want to speak on this? And
cool. Yeah. So I mean, I was so pumped, and then I was just like, oh, nobody heard me. Yeah, but I got a hold of a couple of those guys and stuff too. Like Drunken Senpai, his was awesome. He was the one, I think he had to leave first. Cause I think his wife needed him for something. So he's like, sorry, I gotta go. And then, Josh or John Lyons.
Oh, Josh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I started following him. I hit him up and I was like, you in a conspiracy? He said like, not really, but I'm always down to like talk about it and jump on other people's stuff. I was like, all right. So I was been talking to him and stuff lately. Hopefully we'll get him in the works and coming on too.
Yeah, so. He's a really good dude. He's a really cool, chill guy, really good dude. Solid dude. I like him quite a bit. And his podcast, Liberty or Death podcast, he does it like once a month or like every couple of weeks, and it's always pretty good. He likes to take his time with setting shit up and stuff too. So I awesome. Recommend checking his stuff out and having him on. Yeah, or even if you can't get on his, talk about some stuff too.
Cool. Yeah, I figured usually we just kind of wing it, come up with a plan. All of us are like so new at this kind of realm. Like the Tartaria stuff, I know a little bit to talk about, but I definitely had reached out to somebody and they provided almost too much information. Like it was perfect. I was like, dude, now I wanted to go in kind of blind, and now I'm seeing this stuff, and I'm just like, all right, I can't really look at it. I just have to save it for later. I'll kind of watch it as we go. So I've seen a lot of this stuff, but there's been like new stuff that I've been looking into. And then
he's like, how much should I send him? And his brain's like, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I was like, dude, this is amazing. I was like, thank you so much. And he was like, he sent me a gift, and there's more. And then just like, ding, 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 ding. And I was like, I'm gonna watch a Tartaria video while this is coming in. And then like 20 minutes later, I was just like, this is awesome, man. Thank you so much. So I think he's from Sweden. His name's Grand Tartaria, or I feel like I'm messing that up. I think his name is Tartaria Rising. Tartaria _Rising.
He was like the Billy Mays. He's like, but wait, there's more.
That's what he said. That's exactly
I was just thinking that in my head.
I swear to you, that's what he sent. I'm like, oh, this is so dope. So he sent me all these people to even like sent me the links that other people posted. So not just his. So I was like, hey, what do you recommend from your stuff? And he sent me some. And then I was like, do you have any other people that you would recommend? And that's where it was like, he was sending me like his favorite stuff from that person that he had saved
Wait,
already.
did you say his name was Tartaria Rising?
Yes.
Is he a wrestling fan?
Tartaria Rising? I don't know.
Because Triple H used to be called Terror Rising.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's a good find.
Wrestling's always on my mind, and like my brain took a minute to catch up to what he said.
I don't know where he's from. I think he's either from Switzerland or Sweden. He did like a live out of nowhere, and I was just like, I was like, oh shoot. So I was starting to look up. I was like, all right. When I talked to you, and you were like, you want to do Tartaria? I was like, sure. So I started jumping into Instagram, and I was like, let me pull up some of the Tartaria stuff that I already have.
Okay.
So I saw he came up live, so I started watching his live, and I asked a couple questions, and then it just went from there. And then today he sent me everything after he woke up or something. I was like, jeez. So I was like, this is perfect. So yeah, so I figured this will be like the what's in your cup segment, with just a little bit of an icebreaker, talking and stuff, BSing. Whenever you want to jump into the Tartaria stuff, I'm cool with. If you want to venture off into other things, I'm cool with. If we don't get through all of this, I'm totally fine with having you on for part 2, part 3, part 4 type of stuff too. You know, I don't care. You can come on as many times as you want. I already told them, like, you're on the Mount Crushmore already. Like, you, Jackie, and then Dogman so far. So we might have to keep extending it or make like a quarterly one where it's like, it's kind of lame, but like, you're the quarterly Mount Crushmore. Send you a little care package.
Well, and I would definitely be down to be on more episodes with this too, because I know that there's going to be a lot of information about it. Because there's a lot of refuted styles of it too. Like, and the only thing, like, that's why I said I didn't look into it. It's one of the subjects that I've never really totally dove into. And it's actually good to be on here talking about some of this stuff, because I've taken a break kind of from looking into a lot of them, because obviously doing Business Party Podcast and now the game streaming, still trying to write some music and stuff, getting more into doing all that now with the network.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really get into subjects anymore. But on that note, that's why I was like, well, I'm not really going to look into it too much, so we can just have stuff presented, and then I can kind of go from there and we can discuss it. Like, for me, the only thing that I've ever really heard of the Tartars or any of that is like back in the Mongol days, and the what's it? God damn it, Sun Tzu's book. Can't believe I can't. Oh yeah, the fucking
Art of War.
Yeah, Art of War. Yes, that's it.
Okay.
God damn it. Like through the first few chapters is where they are talking about the sections and the areas, and the Tartar Empire, stuff like that is mentioned in there, but they don't say Tartaria exactly. It's just Tartars, and so it's more of like names of people. So that's pretty much my main background of a lot of it that I know.
Okay. Cool. TVD, you know anything about Tartaria? Or what you've
Not a thing. This will all be brand new for me.
See, and I love it because it's like, he's our skeptic. So it's like, it's not that he doesn't believe any of this stuff. It's just he's not aware of any of this stuff. Right. So when we bring it up to him, he's just like, oh no, it's real. And then I use it as a sound button. I put it at the beginning of the episode so that way people can see the reactions. That way I don't have to wait the entire episode to get the reaction. So
right. But, yeah, that beginning of that episode was good. I like that. That was because you put that in and he's like, what?
Yeah. So let me see here. I'm going to share my screen. All right. So what I know about Tartaria so far is let's see, that it was a country that's been on multiple maps, and I think I'm not 100% sure on any of this stuff. I'm just kind of winging it, but I'll look into it more. Than the next episodes, I'll come up with real facts and stuff. But Tartaria was like an area between like China and Russia. And you can see here, like, China's here, and all of this is Tartaria. Right. And then over here is India. First, I think that was part of Russia, right? Something like that.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of these countries and stuff or nations are like not around anymore, of course, because they've either gone conquered or whatever the case.
Well, so, I mean, Ukraine is what was Khazaria, so a lot of places get redone. Like Khazaria was Ukraine, and then that got taken over. Now it's Ukraine and shit. If you look at the old maps, that's Khazaria.
Okay. Yeah, and like this is the cool part that I like about it because it's more history based instead of like, you're going to be looking into things and you're like, what the heck? That does look crazy. Like this doesn't seem like this is just some sort of random conspiracy when you're seeing buildings and architecture and lands and whatever the case, So,
do you know what year this map is from? Is this like the 1700s or something? I know I've 1750.
1754.
Is it 1754? It says 2009. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I was gonna say too. They just now do this.
Yeah, like, crap again. I got bamboozled. Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna pull this up. Tartaria. All right, so
Tartary Empire. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and there's different ones. So this is Tartary, but then there's a different. I think there's something else too. I can't remember. Because there's Tartaria French, Tartaria German, Tartaria Russia. Tartaria blanket term.
Which that actually reminds me. What was it? 3 or 4 years ago, didn't Russia put out what information they had on the Tartarian Empire or something?
I have a link to that.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, I think so. I think it was something along those lines. Yeah, 1700 map, but I think they stopped. It says the theory of Great Tartaria as a suppressed lost land of civilization originated in Russia with aspects first appearing in Anatoly Fomenko's New Chronology in the mid 1970s and early 1980s. So I think they took it out of the maps, like more in like the 50s. Like I think the 50s and before, like they actually had like Tartaria on there.
Okay.
This is what the map looks like. See if this works. So it looks a little better.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like these are the different areas. So this is Tartary, Moscow. Then there's Grand Tartaria is the whole entire area. I feel like there were some other ones. This was Persia. Pers was Persia. So this is all like the Middle East. I'm guessing Africa's way down here. Afrique.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. They put. Okay. Yeah. So it's off to the side.
Yeah. So what I've been under the impression of as Tartaria is a land, huge land, where they had not only they had free energy, they were able to control and create free energy. So some of the pictures from way back then, like you would have books from like the 1700s and prior, and these books and pages had these people walking through these cities, and the cities had street lights, and it wasn't normal street lights where like they had like the lamps with like the fire in them and stuff like that. They actually had wires running to each ones. They had cable cars, and there was like multiple things. The other theory is that they were like
I like how you have the 7,000 Instagram open thing.
We'll get to them. Trust me. I only have 400 videos to get through today.
Oh yeah, you should have seen the amount of tabs he had when we were with Jackie. It was like endless.
I was talking with my friend the other day. So, all right, this looks interesting. The conspiracy theory. But anyway, this is like the crazy architecture that they had. They consider things like mud floods that have happened to take over the entire areas of stuff, or destroyed by mud floods, molten lava or molten fire, so like extremely hot fire that melts bricks. Like that's how hot it is.
Okay.
They call that red bricks. And then they also have another theory where there was some sort of like electric propulsion that was so hot, like that was hotter than what could have caused the melting of the rocks. It would have had to have been like some sort of electrocution, or electric propulsion, either from like a cataclysm or I think maybe like a weapon or some sort of bomb that went off or something.
Okay.
And then I've also heard the other idea about Tartaria is that they were a land of huge giants with like red hair. Have you ever heard that theory at all?
Isn't that what they said about the Nephilim too, though? That they were like giants with like red or blonde hair?
Maybe that's where they were hiding. I don't know.
Right, and I think that's one of the things that the time that I have someone heard about it was L.A. Marzulli. I think had one of the stories about guys that found the giant red-haired giant in some area and killed like 4 soldiers or some shit. It was some weird, crazy ass
I heard
story.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And wasn't it a couple years ago that they like supposedly found like the remains or like the skeleton of a giant somewhere?
I think so. I think I remember hearing about that too.
When was this?
I think a couple years ago that they found that skeleton. I don't remember where at exactly, but I remember hearing that they did find a skeleton.
Okay.
Oh, I think Dynamite froze up.
Oh, he's probably looking. That's what happens when you
Like,
look on his phone.
There
Oh,
we
you're
go.
back.
Hey,
Oh.
you guys are gonna hate me. I have to step away for a moment.
Oh, no worries. You babysitting?
Hopefully for just like 20 minutes, and then I'll hop right back in.
All right. If you want, I mean, just bring us with you. Keep going.
But that was my plan. Like,
I'll edit it all out. Don't worry.
okay, yeah.
That way you don't miss anything. You're missing all the key points.
All American stickers, cryptids, cults, and killers. We got all your favorite conspiracies, all of that and more on our sticker sheets. Paranoid American stickers, they'll make you smile and snicker. False flags and secret societies, all of these and more on our sticker sheets.
Explore the unique with Paranoid American sticker sheets. Unearth tales of cryptids, cults, and mysteries through each sticker. These won't last long. Get yours now at paranoidamerican.com.
All American stickers, cryptids, cults, and killers. We got all your favorite conspiracies, all of that and more on our sticker sheets. Paranoid American stickers, they'll make you smile and snicker. False flags and secret societies, all of these and more on our sticker sheets.
What the heck are you waiting for? Discover the extraordinary with Paranoid American sticker sheets. From cryptids in the night to cults out of sight, each sticker is a unique find. Get yours now at paranoidamerican.com.
Back to the show. So with some of these, like, I guess in Tartaria, they had a bunch of these, like, monoliths. And, like, is that what these are called? Like, the buildings that have, like, this ball on the top? Or are these, like, these consider the monoliths? Like, the long phallus?
I want to think that the longer ones are considered the monolith. I'm not sure what the other. I think I could be wrong.
And they were saying that these have caused like free energy. Like these monoliths were all able to connect, and then whatever's at the top of this thing was able to like create free energy for them or something. And then here's some like I don't know. I think that's just a picture of a mud flood in Costa Rica. I'm like, this doesn't have anything to do with the mud floods in Tartaria.
Right.
So.
They're just like, well, guess this is what a mud flood looks like, I guess. That's why they would put it.
Yes, exactly. So, you ready to get to it? We're getting into the deep dive. I guess we already started the deep dive.
Take a look at this here. This is altered states of matter. This is what happened during this cataclysmic event. The bricks of this structure have now changed. Okay, so in meltology we call it balloon rocking because they balloon up, heat expansion, right? The scientific term is grain growth, you can look it up. So all the bricks up here have changed into what they would call rocks. And down here they have changed into bigger boulders, okay, but you can still see brick lines in here. You would never build like this, okay, so if you came to this location to build this building, you would remove this stuff right here and build the structure down here for a proper foundation and a stable building. You would never do this stuff. I mean, just use your mind here. Something happened to this building, and my stuff is to explain it for you.
But this is the Tartarian Meltdown. I follow him and stuff on Instagram. He's got some cool stuff. But it's like this building here is like a concrete brick building, but then there's rocks underneath it holding the entire building up. And it's like the rocks look like they're completely like balanced together. Like this has an entire area that's open.
Right. I was gonna say, yeah, it looks like a pretty shoddy job, but it's still working.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is from, I don't know. I mean, that almost seems like a miracle for that to be holding itself up, unless it was playing that way.
That's pretty interesting. To be honest, to me, I don't think it was planned that way necessarily.
Yeah.
Maybe something happened where they had to put stuff in there. I don't know, like exactly when, why, or how, but I don't think that was planned exactly, but it looks like it was done for sure, like after.
Yeah.
Unless they built on top of something. That could also be another possibility. If those were there first, then the rest was built on top of.
Yes. Okay. And then, and I'm gonna just go through these if that's cool with you.
Yep.
See what I favorited on my Instagram. And you can still hear me okay?
Yep.
All right. My AC just kicked on too, so it's getting hot in here.
Oh yeah.
The fireplaces of the old world, never seen a piece of wood in them. Clues have been there all along. You just had to look closer. All these heaters with no flues. It's so easy to hide things in plain sight. Look at that symbol. That symbol looks quite familiar, doesn't it? They tell us that symbol for radiation was just a doodle. But look at those symbols on some of these heaters from the old world. Not to mention the fireplaces. You would never burn wood in these. They're not made for wood. It's the same reason why the mainstream historians can't figure out or explain how they were able to heat these castles in medieval times. It's because they weren't using wood. It's the reason why the only thing we hear about radium is the radium girls.
This was a pretty cool one. This is what was weird. They said, let's see how old world really heated their homes. Wait, what? Let's see how the old world really heated their homes. Was wood really used in these? They tell us symbol for radiation was the result of a doodle at Berkeley. I don't know. So, flute or smoke. So they had these really extravagant fireplace-looking things, but some of them don't even look like they don't have a flute, they don't have a chimney, they're not connected to anything. So it's like, what were they really used for? Like, were they used for design or whatnot? And then the other things that they were showing, they were like, this looks like there's no way they use these for fires and stuff. But I don't know. Some of this artwork is amazing. Like,
right. And when it comes to that, one thing that would come to mind with what they could have used, which is a theory, obviously, with the pyramids and other things, like not necessarily some of these ones, but maybe some other ones where, let it keep going for a minute. There was a couple that were toward the end parts where it was a normal fireplace, but it had two poles that went up. Stuff like that could be used vibration-wise. Vibration creates heat.
And that's what I heard. Speaking of vibration, Red Bricks, he talked about it on Sam Tripoli's podcast once, where you would go into these huge churches or these cathedrals almost.
Like that one. That one right there was the one that makes me think.
Okay. Like right there too.
Yep. Didn't like that. Something to connect between, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like to create that frequency in between that could output heat.
Yes. So he had talked about that these organs were being used in these churches And the reason why he called them organs was because they actually were used to heal you based on the frequency and the vibration of the actual tuning of the organs and the sound of the organs and like the chimes and all that stuff. And then I'll get into those too. So
I've heard about that not too long ago. That's actually fairly believable to me as well.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's ways that like frequencies that people listen to like help calm them down or like help
Yes.
do other things. So it's pretty believable.
And you're really big into music too, so it's like, isn't
Yeah.
there certain hertz and stuff that
Yeah,
you want your music?
Yeah, I forget what it is right now. I think it's 440 is the frequency that most play at right now, but 432 is the frequency that has the most smooth
Yeah.
sounds and ripples in water and stuff. But when you play in 440, everything is real chaotic and squared, and so it's a
okay.
lot different.
Now, like, if you were to, how would you even tune your instrument? Like, you play guitar, how would you even tune your instrument to being able to do those hertz?
Oh, more or less, you're gonna get an electric tuner. I mean, there's probably ways to where eventually, once you've played it in that hertz for so long, you can kind of hear it. But basically, you're gonna get an electric tuner, and there's one that I have that it's a snark is what it's called, but it attaches to your guitar, so it actually operates off vibration into it, so you're getting a vibration of 432 as opposed to just sound.
Cool. And I think TVD.
And yeah, you can move it up and down. You can go lower or higher on your frequencies and stuff. And for a long time, I was playing in 432 because of that. And basically, all it is a half step of an octave. So if anyone knows what E to D is, how it's a full step, basically that's going to be in between them.
Okay. And TBD, if you could hear me, just let me know when you're ready to come on or not, and I'll remove you.
I am ready.
Okay.
Well, basically what he's saying, these old buildings were built to harness energy from the ether and convert it to electricity, which is a major theory that people have had for a long time, especially with Tesla.
Yes. I thought this was kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he's showing that it's the entire building is grounded.
Yep.
Wow.
Which I mean, people are just going to say, well, that's grounded because, like, if something hits, like, say if you have an overcharge or electricity hit the building, it's going to help that. But where is it wired to? Is another thing. So,
Yes.
I mean, it may be grounded, but we don't know where it's wired to.
And who knows? They might have Wi-Fi now. I mean,
right.
It is 2004.
True.
They're like the church. It's a church. It needed Wi-Fi. Where do you think the nuns are going to be posting their TikTok dances?
They had to get the signal from heaven.
Yeah, exactly. The Holy Spirit. All right.
We have holy twerking going on in here.
Yeah, oh no. Too soon. All right. I got this one here.
There are many clues that show just that the Great Wall of Tartaria was to keep the Chinese out. Just look at the maps of the old world. It makes much more sense when comparing Tartaria's borders against China. But it's far from the maps that provide us the clues to this. Just look at some of the positionings, whether it's the fort and the place where the wall would actually defend against people is all on the Chinese side, except for the sections that they have opened up to tourists and worked tirelessly to rewrite history. But try as hard as they might, they have a long way to go. But many truths are still hidden in plain sight, like this gentleman Marco Polo, who was famous for exploring the Chinese Silk Road and never talked about the Great Wall of China, ever. Strangely enough, when you go to Wikipedia here, you'll see Polo wearing a Tartar outfit print from the 18th century. Never mind that he died in 1300, but still. Interestingly, you see the little logo on the top left too. Maybe that's why he never talked about the Great Wall of China, or it was omitted. History is nothing more than a set of lies agreed upon. A set of lies they agreed upon. But if you want to start digging up the truth, you can start right at the controller's official websites and research the mud flood and fall of Tartaria. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
Or that they were keeping something else out, but that might be a whole other theory, but I think I've heard what you were saying.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get at. And then this guy is I'm the Improbable Dreamer. So I'll share all their links and stuff too. This is how you learn. This is how you understand about stuff. You just gotta keep looking at the Instagram videos and the TikTok videos and liking and following and subscribing.
But that's and I'm skeptic too on a lot of things, but that's why I like to go through things like this, and then I let the mechanics work in my brain to where, like, it could either be this, it could be this, try to think of different reasons why and stuff, because it's kind of good to go through and then discuss about it. What can we question about it, and what might be real, what might not.
Yep. All right, and then we'll go on to the next one. And if you guys want to be done with this too, like, just let me know and we can something else. I don't know. Oh, there you go.
I'm enjoying going through some of this because it's I'm actually picking up on what the theories and all that are.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I feel like every time my notes just go nuts. I'm like, you hear them all I'll have to like tune them out really low.
Well, that's just that we're talking about stuff and the government's like, no, so now they're gonna put out a pulse and your dogs are gonna go crazy.
Yep, they throttle my internet.
Oh, dude, we all know that they do that shit because we've been talking about stuff on business parties sometimes, just going in on the government, then all of a sudden everyone's internet gets shitty. Like, come on.
Yep. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yep. Oh,
and some of these might be
okay. Keep going. But that last shit, that was nice to see because I've heard about flags of Tartaria or Tartarian style flag. You don't see them very often.
Mm-hmm. This was some stuff that I thought I would like. I think Red Bricks posts mostly burning and melting of the bricks of buildings, but this is pretty interesting because it's almost like they covered these buildings with brick. So it's like this is like such cool architecture, but instead they cover this with brick.
Yeah, why would you cover all that up? Because that actually looks pretty dope.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. It's almost like they don't want us to know what our past was and our history was.
Right, and I mean, and not to say that everything is, but not everything is totally like that, whatever. But there's absolutely instances of that. Yes. Where they don't want us to know certain ways and things that have happened and shit. I mean, some may get mad at me for saying it, but some people don't even know if the King James version is actually real. I mean, we can say that, but that man wrote that, and also he wrote the Book of Demonology. So
yeah, he took a bunch of stuff out that was like necessary, but there was also things in it, I guess, that he took out. Like, not to go too much on that topic, but like, there were certain things in there that was like, don't trust your government. And it was like all these things. And then I almost wonder if they call it tithing. And it's like you give a little bit to the church and stuff. Well, it's supposed to just be giving, where I think in the Bible and stuff, they mention it as if it's like a 10% tax, almost like a 10% of what you make. And like nowhere in the New Testament it's ever mentioned. And like, so like that one's weird. And then he also talked about he also put in a play where it was like, be nice to your, it was almost like slave owner or like your ruler almost, but it was taken out of context. It never said that in like the original stuff. And then,
Right.
there was like one more. They mentioned like fasting. For some reason in the King James version, they removed the passage that mentioned like it's good to fast. And like come to find out, it's like fasting is more or less like good to remove disease. Because if you,
Oh yeah.
it's not that you're starving yourself, but you're cleansing yourself from eating a bunch of junk that you shouldn't be eating. Or if you
Oh
do
yeah,
get sick,
absolutely.
if you stop eating, you're gonna pass it through, and you should be able to recover a little bit better. So,
Absolutely, yeah. And I've had some of that argument with actual like some health officials. And I'm like,
yeah,
how did we get here?
yep.
Okay, by eating like once a fucking day and going and killing it. Do you think we need to
Mm.
eat 3 times a day or 6 of all this processed crap? Like, no,
Yep.
we're doing it wrong. And you want to know why you get hungry, like really hungry later, and you have cravings because you're fighting a fucking addiction.
Yeah, and sugar is big, and
Yeah.
carbs are big for me. I've been trying to do like the meat stuff, just trying to do more carnivore. I'll do a little bit of fruit, and I did vegetables and stuff, but I'm trying to really stay away from like breads and cookies.
My main thing is breads, but I've been doing the carnivore stuff and eating a lot better here lately. Like sticking more, like I still go. I still love to do it, but it's funny. I still do my wrestling diet sometimes, where I'll just eat a couple cans of tuna and some pickles, and I'm done. Like
Nice.
that's my dinner. Yeah.
So here's this one. So this is the flag, the Tartaria flag, and this is in a different language. I can't even read what it says.
Is that a dragon?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's going by pretty quick. But their flag was a griffin.
Oh, griffin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But then it looks like that's a dragon. He keeps cutting in and out. I'm like, did you hear me?
Yeah, you said it was a griffin.
Yeah. And then I think the next one looked like a dragon too.
That's a shame. They had like the dopest flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You ready for the next one?
Yep.
Sure.
Anyone who's ever looked into the World Fairs, the official story is that they wanted to introduce new technologies to the world. And the way they did it was by building literally hundreds of buildings, and many of them were the biggest buildings in the world. The official story is that they were built temporary using plaster, and they were only intended to last for a short period of time. By contract, they had to destroy them all after the fair. In many cases, they were destroyed by mysterious fires that were never investigated. In every instance, they lost millions of dollars. And when you look at the pictures of these buildings, they're not temporary buildings. What it appears to be is as if there was a culture, a society that existed that was being erased from history. Anyone who's ever looked into the world...
Okay, so this is really interesting. These are the mud floods. This is the idea of the mud floods, is the buildings were actually built on top of other cities. So instead of being the cities got covered, so then they built on top of them, or they were much larger buildings, and the floods came and carried through a lot of the area on the bottom too.
Right.
This was cool because sometimes they'll show pictures and stuff or videos of the like how the bricks were moved out of the way. Like this is all like construction. And then these are all the tunnels that are underground and stuff too.
Right. That's what I was going to say. There is actual photos like you're showing now. There's actual real evidence of that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that that's necessarily Tartaria built on top of it, but there is evidence that has happened.
Yes. And it's like this one, it's like, here's the picture of it. It's like, where's the rest of the mud flood? or I mean the rest of the building. It's like it's underground, like all these huge towers. And who knows? I mean, maybe something came through and they're like, you know what? Let's just bury this. Like, let's just get rid of it. We'll bury it because if we bury it, we could take the dirt from over here and bury it, and then we're on top of it. So that way we know we're not going to get flooded next time the floods happen.
Yeah.
Or it could be kind of like a levee where they move them out of the way and stuff too.
Right.
So, and then I'll add this one in too. And a lot of this stuff has to do with like flat earth. But I don't really understand the context of both together. Like, I don't know why they.
Well, here's the thing with me for this though. The mud flood was a worldwide cataclysm that took place in the 1800s.
Mhm.
Where though? Over there? Because the mud flood that happened here did not happen in the 1800s.
Yeah, it would have happened way earlier, right?
Way earlier.
Yeah. And like that's some of the people that I listen to about Tartaria, they talk about how they think that our history is way further past.
It is. I absolutely like. Here's one thing though too is that when it comes to like some of the people that are fundamentalists on the Bible and stuff, that they think that the Earth is like 5,000 or 6,000 years old. Like, okay, well, if you believe in the Bible, have you ever read the Old Testament? The Old Testament, 5,000 or 6,000 years happens in the first 12 chapters of Genesis. So we're way older than what a lot of people think, at least in my opinion, and from what I've seen.
And and I agree with that. And it's like we'll never know until it's over. Like if you get to ask who created all of this, hey, what was our history? They'll be like, you don't want to know. I'm like,
No, I do.
Yeah, like, please tell me. And like, I actually clicked my fingers, and you were born, and everything started when you were born. So all the history that you think is real, none of it existed until you were born anyway. Like,
I would kind of be like, you mother.
Yeah, you made me learn history. That's all fake. No.
Hey, have y'all ever seen whenever they dig up these buildings? This was from 1973. All the stuff underneath it, like we just built on top of something. Well, there's a theory called the mud flood. Mud flood was a worldwide cataclysm that took place sometime in the early 1800s. Disaster that wiped out a worldwide advanced civilization and allowed the nations as we know them today to rise up. The event was a mud flood in which several meters of mud washed in and buried the ground levels of houses and buildings everywhere. Those cities and towns were particularly buried, constituted the worldwide advanced civilization called Tartaria, which we'll get into later. Just going to show y'all a couple. This right here is the Capitol building, obviously. Look at that. This right here is a little archway. You can see that was a door. I mean, everything was covered up back then, so they say. Then you got stuff like this right here in India, which is absolutely, this was carved out of one big piece of stone. I mean, could you imagine that? Or ones like this right here, you see that painting up there? And look right here, it's all been covered up. You know, where's the rest of the pyramid at, you know? Part 2, we're going to get into the whole free energy thing and the Tartaria and all that good stuff. So if you want part 2, ask for it.
All right, here's the next one. And then here's some of the mud flood stuff too. Some of the pictures. This was really cool. I think this is what Grand Tartaria sent me. I think he started sending me this stuff.
Okay.
And it's like, pause this?
Oh, I can pause it. Yeah, some of those are interesting, like the petrified rocks or what they think is petrified wood or giant trees that turned into rocks or mountains and.
Yeah.
1910 to 20. Okay.
Well, this is New York City. But man, look at those buildings. Those probably would still be under all of these. I don't think that they tore these down.
See, now maybe I am as far as like the greatest mud flood, the biggest one, whatever, we all know the biblical style of that. So maybe something like that might have happened over in that area at that time. So that's another question to look into.
And it might be even their version of the cataclysm. Like they've talked about multiple floods being over periods of time within like different nations and stuff. And everybody collectively can say like there was a big flood, but maybe they're missing the translation. Maybe it was a mud flood. They didn't know what to call it. I mean, it's still a flood, but maybe a mudslide is like a flood, you know?
Right. And I don't necessarily like whenever I said it earlier, like that couldn't have happened. That I'm going off of like the bigger aspect in my brain of the mud flood that basically took out everything.
Yes.
So that this could be a different. It could have happened over there at a different time.
Yeah. So man, that stuff's is pretty interesting too. Great Pyramid. They have like all these different things with the pyramid. Look, one of the things I saw with the pyramids from like the sky view, it looked like a circuit board.
Right.
So I was like, man, that's interesting.
Which that actually makes sense too whenever you say that, because man, all those pyramids and all that are built in such perfect order that go along like geological or the latitude, longitude stuff. It's
Yep.
pretty interesting how they did that.
Now, do you see how this building is? But then all the way under here, it's so
Yeah.
much more building. It's almost this guy I was listening to. His name is my lunch break. He talks about all this old world stuff, and he'll talk about fires and stuff that happened. They did a whole area in Cleveland. They did an entire like a 25-minute video on Cleveland, and then they did Tartaria right after that. So I was like back to back. I'm like, this is crazy. But he was explaining how like some of these buildings look like they were built on top of something way taller, and then some of these they were like churches that were like mountains ranges with like a church inside of it. It was very weird. But
What's it called? My Lunch Break?
Yeah, he's awesome.
I'm gonna check that out.
You know who recommended him was Eddie Bravo.
Okay.
So Eddie Bravo, we went and saw him at him and Sam Tripoli in XG. We went and saw them do like live stand up, and then after they did like a Q&A type of thing for like 40 minutes. So it was like after you saw them do the comedy, they leave, and then you guys all come back in after everybody takes pictures and stuff, and then you could ask questions, and they'll like bring a mic around and stuff. So they were asking Eddie and Stan, they're like, who do you recommend for, like, who are some people that you're listening to now? And I think Eddie said My Lunch Break, and then the other guy's name was John Levy or John Levi. And John Levi is really, his videos are really good. But I think he's very monotone. So it's like, you have to kind of like, just get in the mindset, like you could almost turn them down or like turn it up and then just watch the videos and stuff. Like very knowledgeable on that too.
Like reading on that thing, you'd be like, for those who didn't understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, come on. Like I'm trying to stay awake. And my mic isn't too like, do I sound better here or does it sounds okay back here still?
It sounds okay back there. I'm jealous of that shit because like if I'm back here, I like have to talk loud. So it's like my settings and shit. I want a mic to sit out here so bad, but I'm used to this shit and having to get on top of it. But no, I can hear you fine.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, I looked on the screen. I was like, oh crap, it's so far.
I'll say this though, your mic being out that far, it does sound spatial.
Yeah.
As opposed to centered.
Like it echoes and stuff.
Not necessarily echoes. I mean, you get a little bit because of your walls and stuff. That's gonna happen. But you still you can hear yourself just fine.
Okay, cool. So the next plan is to have a studio set up. So I got some foam. I'm gonna put like probably on some like parchment paper.
I'd say that and invest in a mic arm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because if you get the mic arm, at least you can just swing it out of the way, do what you want to do. It makes it a lot easier.
Swing it towards you.
Yeah, it was like $15 on Amazon.
Swing it towards you.
Pretty cheap. And it's swinging it.
Not
so it's worth. But yeah, exactly. But it's worth having because then you can put it to where you want and like kind of swing it out of the way and shit. And, yeah.
Cool. I might even make one, just do a makeshift one, but I think I'm gonna have two different setups for like if it's just me and TBD recording at my house, or if I have like a couple other people in town or something recording with us, like in one room, make it more of like a room, or make it where it's a just I don't know, a lounge area. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, that would be dope.
Yeah.
I want to do in-person podcasts so bad. Like remote's cool because you get to do it with your friends and everything else. But I would love to sit down on an in-person one.
Yeah, me and TBD are usually the ones that are sitting in person. Chente, he couldn't be with us today because he's not feeling too good. But
right,
he lives like an hour and a half away, or hour and 20 minutes away. So it's like it's harder for me and him to get it. I think he's only been in person once or twice, but we went to him out there. So it was like,
Gotcha. Okay.
so that was one, and then for a couple of like the black holes episodes, like last minute, like we did like a trivia, like conspiracy trivia, and like some other ones. Like we use an office at work, like on our lunch break, and then TBD called in. So me and Chente were in person, but TBD was back home.
Gotcha.
Or at
The
work.
only time that I've done one in person was the Wrong Show, but I went all the way to Tennessee because I went out there and I was on 2 episodes of that, which I am going back out there in July for Wrong Dependence, which that's gonna be
Nice.
wild.
That'd be dope. I'll definitely check that one out too.
Oh yeah, you'll dig it. I'm gonna have a live episode during that because they don't really do an episode, but I'm bringing some equipment and shit. I'm gonna bring my laptop, set it up, and we're gonna have a fucking live outside podcast, just bullshitting, drinking, and having fun.
That's awesome.
See, that's one of the things that's on there right now that I'm petrified. Supposedly giant tree.
Yes.
It's petrified to where it looks like now a basically mountain or just giant flat rock, which is kind of interesting because if you look toward that center and how it keeps going outward, that does in a way represent rings on a tree.
Yep. So, and then I'll go to the next one.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha. No, I don't think he was talking about that, but I do agree with what he was saying, and I'm glad that Tucker Carlson sometimes gets a little bit more taste, if you will, or normal human thinking to where like you need to realize that maybe we have been lied to about quite a few things.
Yeah. Here's Hibbler.
History is written by the victors. So what if the victor story is fabricated? What if the story they gave us all about our recent past was nothing short of a complete lie? For far too long, humanity has relied on the Board of Education to receive its official history narrative. The problem is their narrative makes absolutely no sense. There are giant mistakes in the timeline that show us all. Not only did they lie, but they hid the previous civilization from us, with no mention of our ancestors looking a little different, traveling with no issues, doing it all in style and efficiency, with beautiful architecture that we can't rebuild today, powered up cities, riding around on their advanced technology. Advanced technology? Wait, I thought the 1800s into the early 1900s were a bunch of idiots riding around on horse and buggy. Because when you look back and do a little research, it's obvious. This old world was discovered and then destroyed, resurfaced, and populated. They torched every city across the plain. Nothing new under the sun. Rockefeller flooded your brain with lies. Use your head. Think about your family tree and how it all began.
Old World Order. Visit OWOfilm.com.
For me, it's just like these giant doors. This was Hibbler, Old World Order. And it's his film. He has a film called Level with Me. Or Level, and
I think
another one called Level with Me.
I think I've heard of the Level.
Yeah. So I got a bunch of
I may have even watched that.
What's that?
I think I've watched that before, actually, too.
Okay. Yeah, so if any of those, I have a bunch of documentaries and stuff that I've saved, bought from his program and stuff too. If there's any of those that you guys would want to watch, we could put them up here and like do like a live stream and just like kind of like, what do they call it? Like a watch party type of stuff, but not release it or anything. But
Right. I think that'd be
what,
dope. Here, hold on. Let me share this real quick. I'll show you what I was kind of talking about. Now, I think it should be. Yeah. Throw that up on screen.
this one?
Yeah. So pretty much this is what came out. Let me zoom in a little bit.
Oh yeah, sorry, you could have put anything up if you want.
There you go. Putin declassified the Tartaria archives. I think it was 2017 when they were talking about that. So they did put out some stuff. Now, I don't know exactly how much information is totally in it, but Russia supposedly has information and they put it out. So if anyone is interested in going into some of that. But here's another fact check. Declassified 1957 CIA file mentioning, I think, Tartaria. So there's other information.
Yeah, definitely. Can you put that in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll save that real quick too. It's pretty cool. I've been trying to save stuff and like pay attention to what I'm saving too, and then I'll put it in the Discord later.
Right. And like one of your main things is just Russia releases Tartaria info. Just put that in wherever you're searching. And a bunch of stuff will start coming up.
Okay. And then what I was going to show you with this, see how, I mean, you got all these domes on top of your buildings again. There's one I wanted to show you. All right. For one, see how huge these doors are compared to that person right there?
Oh, yeah.
It's like they're huge. And, that's the one part I wanted to show. Maybe I'll be able to get it.
I'll at least put that search in the chat. There you go.
Okay.
Bing.com, Russia release info, and then it'll bring up all that other shit. All right.
Cool. I think I missed it. Dang it. Anyway, I'll find more. But a lot of those big churches and like steeple or whatever they're called, like the giant churches on the outside and on the inside too, they had like this ripple effect. Like I'll find some more. I promise. Okay. I think he just talked about this. Ancient Tartaria. These are probably the same thing, but just different pictures. So I'll get out of that. Now I'll post this in a second too.
Right on. Here, and I will copy this and throw this in the chat too. This is going to be that CIA one.
Okay.
The lead storage, yeah, fact check, declassified 1957 CIA file mentioning Tartar history does not vindicate Tartarian Empire conspiracy theory. So, I mean, that's also fuck the CIA. So I don't know if I believe any of that, but it's something to look into.
And then I'm gonna put these at the window instead. That way I'll add the audio and stuff to it later. And like you can't hear this, right?
Nope.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll add these in. I don't know what she's talking about. I'll listen to it and make sure it's Tartaria related. And if not, then that will be a retard area. To get rid of it.
I like that. Retard area.
Yeah. Let's see. Tartaria. So, yeah, I don't even think I got to that guy's stuff yet. I had a bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah. What was his name again?
Grand Tartaria or Tartaria Rising.
Yeah.
What's weird to me is gargoyles. The idea of gargoyles and stuff on buildings. It's like, what in the world is this?
Yeah.
Okay, so see this type of stuff up here?
Mm-hmm.
See if I can. Damn it. Start it over. Are you kidding me? Do you see this inside the churches?
Yeah.
Okay, so those are like, I mean, that looks like stained glass, but some of them are like carved out really well. And they look like water under frequency.
Right. Instead of being like a stained glass.
Yeah, like if you got water and you put it in a glass and then you had music playing.
Yeah.
And they took pictures of the ripples with specific frequency. When you do the 440, it's really chaotic looking. Like it's not like, it's like jerky movements that are like more sharp, where if you did it with like the 432, it would be more of like smaller circle ripples everywhere. And it just looks better. I'll find one if I.
Well, Tartaria was everywhere, and history is fabricated, completely fabricated, all of it. We used to think, well, you know, the Dark Ages, we don't know what that is. We realised that they invented the Dark Ages and just put that in there to push a whole bunch of stuff back in the past. And we realised, you know, some of history might be wrong, but no, it's all fabricated. The whole lot is fabricated. An interesting thing is the architecture we find all around the world, in all of our cities, that old Gothic style architecture, incredibly intricate design, and people look at it and say, oh, that's just the way they did things in the old days. A lot of those buildings, like, they're so beautiful. The design of those buildings is so beautiful. And think about it, if we lived in a feudal culture, if we lived in a culture where you had to go out and work for a living and earn a wage in order to pay to be alive, you would never have had the time or the inclination to construct buildings that look like that and function in the way they did. These buildings were created as artistic statements. I mean, they were functional, they were power sources, they were generators. They used to generate their own free electricity, all sorts of things. But they were constructed in such a way that the beauty was a part of it. You just wanted to celebrate what you were creating. We don't do that sort of stuff anymore. Just the beauty of those buildings and the incredible complexity of those buildings is a great indication that we didn't live in this pay-to-be-alive society that we're living in now. Tartaria was all over the world. It was an advanced culture that had free energy. It was based on etheric energy, and it existed up until around about 200 to 250 years ago. We think even like the earliest would be about the mid-1700s. It maybe was destroyed, possibly even a little bit later than that. And around about 1880, the late 1800s, they repopulated the world with children. And then they taught them whatever history they wanted. And you've got to wonder where all the children came from. Just look up foundling homes and foundlings and orphan trains across the United States, across Europe. They were everywhere, children everywhere. A couple of years ago, I was reporting on all this sort of stuff. And then the fires broke out and COVID broke out, and I had to kind of leave the topic and get on to more important things that are dealing with us now. But they repopulated the world with children in the late 1800s. They were literally having, they had amusement parks where they had babies on display. They had baby raffles in Paris in 1915, trains of orphans going across the country, across the United States, orphans being sent out to Australia, New Zealand, Africa, just repopulated the whole world with children and then taught them whatever history they wanted. And now we've got to this point where they're basically harvesting all the souls of those people. It's like they grew their herd, you know. I've often referred to the earth as a people farm. We're living in a people farm, and people don't really realise it. I think of each country as its own separate pen, and what they've done now at the end, this is harvest time, and they're stock taking. They've closed all their pens, they're doing their stock take, and they're harvesting all those souls that they can get, leading them into the mainframe. And it's a natural progression from what happened in Tartaria. I mean, this will be the complete loss of human consciousness if they are able to lead us in there and actually able to get away with this. It will be the end of humanity. But when you really look at what we had, I mean, it's incredibly inspiring to see the art and to see the ancient history that's right there in our own cities, if you just go out and look around your city with the right eyes.
Like 432, like you'll see like a geometric shape.
Okay. Yeah. And this is my lunch break was they were talking about my lunch break on Joe Rogan, and I was like Sam Tripoli and Eddie both mentioned your channel at their show in Cleveland. That's how I heard about you and started following right then. And then he responded. He's like, "Wow, that is awesome." So
yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I figured I'd throw him a shout out and stuff too. Like he's very knowledgeable about this stuff. So I probably won't
I'll
even
have
put
to
this video.
I'll have to follow that guy and listen to some shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The Great Wall of China, one of the biggest wonders of the world, no? They say this side is, see, where they throw the arrows to the enemies, and that's why they built this giant wall to protect China from their enemies. But you know what's interesting and very curious? This side is outside China. This side is China, and this side is outside China. Meaning, this wall, the history is a lie. This wall was not built to protect China from these enemies. It's the enemies which are in this side are protecting themselves from China. So, the Chinese did not build this wall. Who built this wall? I'll tell you, research the Tartarian Empire, yeah, which was in all this area, and they were defending themselves from the Chinese, not the other way around. History is a lie, geography is a lie, science is a lie. They lied to us.
And then, okay, here's the Great Wall of China. See all this area? That would be like keeping the bad guys out. Well, this is all China. And all of this over here would have been Tartaria.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then I'll try to get through these pretty quick. The free energy. No, does this not work now? I wonder if some of these videos don't work now.
Because you're spreading too much of the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are. Oh, here we go. Okay. Maybe I just needed a reboot. All right. So the magnet was causing the free energy. And this is where I think Tartaria, like the free energy and like Tesla, I think they had this type of information before Tesla was alive. And
Okay.
I think he refound it. I don't even know if he created it, but I think he was able to refine it on his own.
See, in that, what's happening right there, that actually does make more sense also, which, if you guys haven't listened to that last episode of Joe Rogan with that Terrence Howard.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Really fucking good. Okay.
Jack was telling me a lot about it. He was like, oh, they make me question Flat Earth. I was like, oh, let me have Flat Earth Dave on first.
I don't believe in any of round or flat Earth. Like, if I haven't, this is to me.
Uh-huh.
If I haven't seen it and I haven't done the experiments, I'm not going to believe shit until I see it. That's just how I am. So, but a lot of the stuff that can be flat Earth style makes sense to me, because it's hard for me to believe that we're spinning at 1,000 motherfucking miles an hour. Like, it just is. It's hard for me to believe it.
Yeah.
But a lot of the things that we are taught, I think, are bullshit, like gravity and like the fact that you can use magnets for stuff like this, and it's free to, but nobody wants to believe it. And like Terrence Howard goes into somehow how magnetism, electricity are actually what kind of cause what is called gravity.
Yeah.
Well, aren't some of the bullet trains in China supposed to be propelled by magnets?
I think so. Which makes sense too, because magnets can get some crazy fucking force. So it would make sense.
All right. So I'll go to the next slide. I feel like I'm doing death by PowerPoint. Okay, this is where Tartaria Rising got me.
Okay.
And everything else is after him. But see how big these people are? Like, see how big some of these doors are? There's a little door inside the big door.
So the entrance for the giants, and then the entrance for the standard sized person.
Mm-hmm. You're like, how are these people so big? But like, look at these big people. Do you think they're photoshopped, or do you think they're real?
I don't know. I personally think that a lot of them are real, but that's the whole thing with a lot of these photos that we see. They get put out, especially now.
Yeah, right. I don't know if I believe this. Now, if those are little baby elephants, and that guy's standing in between two baby elephants, and then somebody's laying on the floor taking a picture looking up.
Right.
That's where I could see it. And then this is like further back.
Right. But then he would just be like, if those are baby elephants and it's like that, then really that guy's only like 6'5", so he's not that big.
Yeah. If that, he might only be like 5'10".
Right.
But I thought this was pretty interesting. Texas giants. There were some other things with like the Bigfoot Treaty of 1883, where like these giants and they were cannibals in Oklahoma. They were going against Native Americans and stuff out there and like slaughtering them. And like then the natives were like getting sick of it, so they were going after them and hunting them down. So then they ended up creating they called it the Bigfoot Treaty, I think of 1883. And I think it took place in Oklahoma. Now those might have just been giants. Hairy cannibalistic giants.
I never even heard of that. That's fucking wild.
My buddy, he's from Oklahoma. He told me about it. He told me about that, and then he showed me a picture of him and the Tiger King when he was at a mall when he was like 6.
That's funny as hell.
So I mean, I believe him. And then this is like some of the rocks. These look crazy. These look so crazy. Oh, maybe my Wi-Fi is cutting out.
You motherfucker.
Dagnabbit. Dude, this is pissing me off.
Sorry for anyone that listens and doesn't like cussing all that much. I am a very potty mouth person.
Yeah, it's alright. I'll blur you out. I'm just kidding. I blur out your face and leave the the cussing.
Right? Well, or it's just gonna end up being like, I can't believe he's.
Yeah. Dude, I wish we could get those. I'm like, dang it. I used the pew, pew, and it didn't even. I couldn't hear that at all.
Your best bet is to get an app called VoiceMod. It's a software app, whatever else. VoiceMod, you pay once, and that's it. So now I own all of whatever on there, and then VoiceMod can go into this, and I can.
Emotional damage.
But you get all sorts of good sounds and shit.
Yeah, TBD would be having too much fun with that one. So these look, they said that they're petrified rocks, but they look like giant snakes and faces on the rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know if somebody had that much time to carve this, or if like, who knows if like a flash petrified these things, as if like even dinosaurs where they got fossilized so quickly. Like, what if the cataclysm was so instant that it was able to stop the, like, I don't know, freeze huge creatures like this?
That is very interesting because I mean, there's going to be a lot of people that probably will say that, yeah, maybe there was people around that area that carved it and whatnot, but for what purpose would be my main thing.
And what tools are they using?
Right.
True. You know, that's what's crazy to me too. Like, not everything needs to be a power tool, but like, I don't know, maybe they were able to create a tool that uses pressure and it shoots water, like a high pressure washer, to the point where it could cut through rock like a laser. You know, we're thinking, they don't have laser tools or like these precision tools, but like, what if they were able to create something that was able to use like water pressure? Because water, I mean, that could cut through stuff super fast and super easy. And then don't you do that with like machining and milling? Sometimes they use water.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they use water to cut it, but they rinse it off.
Well, sometimes you can use water actually to cut through some steel and stuff. Just depends on obviously the pressure and all that. But now they use Like sometimes we'll use water, especially just for coolant and stuff like that. But no matter what, depending on how high pressure the water is and shit, it's gonna do some erosion. But
Yeah.
for stuff like that with rocks and stuff, it may cut it a little bit faster. And then also there's in the back of my mind, depending, I guess, I don't know what year and technology basis they may have. It would still go back to the Egyptian theory in my mind that some still have is vibrational.
Yes. Yep. I
Because then that's more of that's like material displacement when it's
yeah.
vibrational.
And who knows? Maybe they had like specific tools in specific regions. You know, if you have water, you could possibly
Mhm.
have the water pressure type tool. Where if you
I
had
agree.
like out where there was rocks and sand, maybe you were able to use vibrations to move things along the sand much easier. You know, I don't know.
Right.
Or lava.
Mhm.
I mean, you're able to like melt stuff into where you need it to be. And like lava, once it comes out, it's still hot, but it's still pliable. Maybe they were able to utilize something to grab it and take bunches of it without it melting through their actual equipment. And then they were able to move and make things that way. I don't know. This is
Right.
all
I've
speculation.
right, exactly. Yeah. I started hearing about that last one you were talking about not too long ago, which does kind of make sense depending on how you can move it and stuff. But I mean, still, yeah.
The lava or the sand?
Yeah, the lava type style being able to, well, to melt some shit down. Like
Yeah.
if you take certain rocks or whatever else, if you can get them to a certain temperature, whatever, move it and reform it and stuff. I mean, I think that one may be a little bit more far fetched, but you never know.
Yeah. And who knows that maybe that could be the binding portion of the bricks.
Right.
I have no idea. I was never there.
Yeah, exactly. I was never there.
This one here. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Tartaria Rising sent me this stuff too. It was like the copper at the top, mercury, harmonizer, resonator, frequency, storage, um, giant bells. That's another one too. Giant bells. They said that's what this stuff was used for. That's why a lot of these, towers and stuff were set up. It's like, who knows? We could be completely wrong about this stuff, or we could be 100% right and just, we'll never know until we know. Like, I always thought these things were so cool. Like in Russia, like those tops of the towers and stuff. Like, I feel like those were in Aladdin too. So I always thought they were like Middle Eastern. But,
me too. Every time I see
yeah.
them in like a European country, I'm like, wait.
I think those look so cool. I mean, I don't know what they were used for. Maybe just design. Here's
Right. And I mean, well, most logic is going to be like, yeah, it's just an awesome design, and they had good sculpture or good people to make the sculptures that really knew how to do it. They're masons and stuff, which I mean,
Yeah.
does make sense also, but you never know.
So this design, well, for one, this portion right here, this like plus sign type thing, almost looks like one of those top of like a tower, like electrical tower, and it looks like electrical things coming off of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then another idea that I had with these were maybe that is the frequency that causes the water to take those shapes. Like this, like sometimes they have like cutouts and stuff at the top of a cathedral or like inside of a church, even a mosque. I went to this, I think it was called the Grand Mosque in Kuwait City when I was like deployed out there. We got to do a tour of this huge mosque, and like I got pictures and stuff. Like you could see at the top of the ceiling, like it's all carved out. It looks immaculate, and you're like, what the heck is this? This is insane.
Yeah. How the fuck did they do that, and how long did that take?
Yes, exactly.
But here's another thing. Like you were saying, those two at the bottom, whenever
Yep.
you look up some videos about the 432 frequency that goes through water and shit, you're going to see some of those shapes.
Yes. So I'm like, that's very interesting. Maybe that frequency is used to either form a form of free energy, and then this is what the output of it looks like as well from in water. I don't know. I don't know. This stuff is all really cool to me. Oh, whoa. So, okay, I did hear a clip of Terrence Howard on Joe Rogan talking about the frequency of the periodic table and how everything has a frequency. And certain ones have like a really dense frequency, certain ones have a different one, and like you could mix those frequencies with colors as well. But like this is like the tree line of like a mountain range on a lake, and it looks like a frequency.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like sound. This reminds me of using Anchor when I was trying to cut and edit for the first time. And then same with here when they make it more into a frequency, and then same thing with the water when the boat was driving through the water at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I think, and I like the way that he explained. That's why I say to watch it and listen to it.
Yeah.
Because I also saw like people afterwards saying that he was stupid and like that's not real. I'm like, dude, I'm a half an idiot, and I listened to it and I understood everything that he said.
Yeah. And he sounded very.
Another thing is also being like a musician.
Mm-hmm.
I can picture that in my brain whenever he starts talking about the way that everything could be molded together with frequencies and like everything we've been kind of talking about. It makes a lot more sense to me in the way the periodic table can actually be a hell of a lot different instead of just one big fucking square. There's ways that it actually moves and has curves.
And I like this because like we went from talking Tartaria to like different types of tools. I gotta bring TBD back in.
Mm-hmm.
You ready, TBD? All right.
Can we take a break for just a second? I gotta pee.
Yeah. I'll fill in TBD. I'll show them all the posts I showed you. No.
All right. Yeah. Rewatch.
Yeah. All right. So
be right back.
That's right, don't get you started. Get from your own web market. Plan your own pandemic with the web marketplace.
Plan your own pandemic with the Wet Market playset from Paranoid American. Comes with a miniature virology lab, bats, microscope, and more. The Paranoid American playsets, collect them all. New from paranoidamerican.com.
Disclaimer: these are custom art creations and not toys meant for wimpy little new world order babies. Don't eat the art. Don't sue the artist. For more details, visit paranoidamerican.com.
And then we were leaving off at the sound wave columns, and like somebody made a sound 3D model, like the frequency.
Yeah, because you were saying like it looks the same in the water, like from the underside from a boat.
Yes. So I'll try to show those ones too. I'll try to show what I'm talking about with like the cutout and the carvings. See all these?
Mm-hmm.
So these almost look like what I was talking about, but this is like taller. I would have just did like the round piece here and had these on the underside and it just being flat with like all those designs on the inside. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But that's very interesting. Symmetrical sematics sound wave data columns. Like, what are these, man? These are nuts.
That's what I'm saying. Would like to know how those were used. If they were used for sound or.
And who knows? What if you got like a tuning fork and you hit it, and you could hear different sounds depending on how you hit it and where you hit it, or like a gong, like a small gong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was thinking about that. Like, we talked about like there's believed they used like vibrations to build the pyramid.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And vibrations create sound waves. So what if it was some of the same thing that created those patterns, no designs for those columns?
Well, we were just talking about that before you got back.
Yep.
But in a different sense, like we were talking about, like what if the frequency was able to make the sand vibrate, so that way they were able to move the stones on the sand and just have the sand vibrate and move the stones easier because the sand carried it. I don't know, man. I think we're getting deep, getting balls deep.
Balls deep.
This is what I was talking about.
Well, speaking of that,
my balls was hot.
Yeah. That was TBD after his first fight. No.
Oh. They might have been.
Mm-hmm. So here is the single tone can manifest complex geometries and structures in the material realm. So like what was this one? So this could be a frequency that water is under like a microscope, or like different molecules with a different frequency. And that's what they have in like these churches. See this?
Right.
So the patterns of the window is the same pattern as the frequency.
Yes. Okay. So it says the same way salt forms in patterns through sound. So that's what this portion is here. And then I think this one, same way sound absorbs through these windows. And I think it might be this too, but they had like a light under it so that way you could see it better.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you got the Catholics, you got Aztec, Egyptian, Hindu. Oh wow, the Large Hadron Collider in CERN.
Oh no shit! Hold on, wait a minute.
Jeez.
So, hold on. Did they make that into some sort of art? That Hadron Collider? Because obviously we know that being who we are, we have talked about CERN quite a few times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's very
That's
interesting. Yeah.
Yes,
Dude,
I wonder if they recognized the pattern throughout the years and they figured it had some scientific value and they used it building their machines.
Very well could be. I
Or
mean, it
these
would
are
make
used
sense.
as like portals.
Well, I mean, that's also because we all know that some of the scientists there have literally said they're trying to open the portal.
Yeah.
Wait, I just realized at the bottom it said cross section of the DNA of the helix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top down view of cross sections of DNA helix.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, we're all probably made up of frequencies. Like, if you think of like all the atoms and the protons and the neutrons and the electrons and all that other crazy stuff that I don't understand, everything is like not touching. So like, you should be able to go through it. You know, like you should be able to like put your hand through your hand or your hand through like solid objects.
To fade through it, yeah.
But for some reason, like yours specifically is connected and can't, like, you become that being. Same thing with like a t-shirt. Like, I could put the t-shirt on, but I can't put my hand through it or anything like that. But these have different molecules and different like frequencies to keep these together compared to like what we are, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the same thing for the churches and stuff too. Like, they'll have these type of things carved out at the top of the roofs. Somatic frequencies of the sound of human vowels. Wow.
So is that like the sound patterns from them singing and they used it?
No. So this is just like saying A. This is how A sounds, or ah, depending on which probably which language.
Gotcha. Okay.
A, E, I, O, U. So like, this is the sound. Man, this is.
So that's why that's why Catholic Mass takes 45 minutes of
A-E-I-O-U.
And that can also explain why you get like this weird feeling when you hear it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like I need to leave. No, I'm just...
Yeah. Like it's fire. Nah. But I was talking with business party earlier. We were talking about how different, like, what were they? The frequencies of like gongs and like organs at churches.
Yes.
So the organs back in the day, what some people will describe, especially like through Tartaria and everything in the old world, that the bells and the organs were used and had different frequencies. So you would go to these churches, and then they would tune like a bell, or like, you know, like the big bells that were hanging at the top of the churches and stuff like that.
Yes.
They turned a lot of those off, or they stopped a lot of those from being used. And what they did with like the organs and stuff, they had them tuned to a specific frequency. And the reason why they called them organs was because it healed your organs. It healed you. So like, there would be different frequencies that they would play on these organs, and you would go there if you were injured or something happened to you or whatever, and you would get healed.
Oh,
So
I've never heard that before.
I heard it from Red Bricks from his podcast.
Okay.
But I thought it was dope.
Like I said, and like I did kind of say earlier, that does make sense.
Yeah.
That you would probably be able to do that.
And some of these are just like, look at the immaculate design of these churches.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. And some people are like, what were they supposed to be? Like, were they something else? And then somebody took them over and were like, no, they're a church. They've always been a church. Where they could have been a building for like healing, or they could have been a building for something else first.
Good enough.
So.
Or the designs mean something, because like earlier you had said it was like weird with the gargoyles on the side of the buildings, but I believe gargoyles were put on certain buildings to ward off evil spirits.
But weren't they evil to begin with?
I don't know for sure, but I remember hearing that they were supposed to like chase off evil spirits.
Right.
Okay.
I've heard that also, and I thought the same thing. Well, I'm like, well, that shit looks evil, so I don't understand how it's warding off evil. But I mean, I've also
Maybe it was
heard that.
same principle as a scarecrow.
Yeah.
You know, get something bigger, badder to scare away the big bad things.
That is true.
They put gargoyles there just so birds wouldn't put nests on the churches.
Well, I was also saying that
shitting on our church.
Yeah.
I was saying that to say like those designs could have a meaning like the gargoyles. Maybe there was like specific designs for specific churches. So like one church had a design that was for healing. One church had a design for prophecy. One church had a design for blase blase. So the different designs could have meant different things to those people back then. So whatever they specifically went to pray or ask for, they knew to go to that temple, lodge.
Right. That actually could make sense, yeah, because if like, especially, if they're different, designed in different ways, like one could be for the vocal, whatever how that design was. I don't know what that would exactly do, but if it's designed that way, maybe it does something for that. Then if one has the organs in it, that's where you go for healing. One could be for something else. So, I mean, that actually kind of makes sense too.
Because like now, instead of designs, we have denominations, Baptist, Pentecostal, Catholic, Judaism. Like we have all these different religions and even subsections of those religions. But back then, they could have just had, the signs for the frequency and what the frequency did to whatever you preferred.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Here are some of the ideas with the mud floods, where like they had these buildings and then all of a sudden these like molten or these rocks formed around this stuff. Some people were saying that like these buildings were here first and then something happened to cause the buildings to either melt or be destroyed. So I thought this one was pretty cool. This one too. We gotta change this one. There we go. Meltology. Just some more examples are that are historical and archival, giving us the benefit of half melts in preserved pockets of survival. While they're picturesque, it is devastating trying to comprehend the type of energy and amount of heat that could cause these colossal structures to expand, melt, and bend. Oh, this would have to be
it would have to be a ridiculous amount of heat. Oh, that was what you were showing earlier. But the other side?
Yes. But that's nuts. I didn't know it went down that far.
Yeah.
And then like this tower, they said like this tower probably goes down like way down here. They've even showed like churches or like monks that had these like temples that were like huge, like a mile high. And you had to go, the only way you could get up there was by foot and hand. Like you couldn't just like go up steps. You had to like climb this entire place. But they said that there was so much more underneath the rock. So like And I'm like, look at this. Like,
Were any of these places located near like volcanic areas or areas where there were like geysers?
I don't know, maybe. But like, look at these. These are
Yeah.
like buildings that are inside. It's like, okay, they possibly could have carved it out, but then when you do like a, oh, what do they call it? Like when you did like an X-ray of this entire rock, they
Yeah.
just go like miles in.
Mm.
Like they go so much deeper in than just this is just the outside surface. You're like, oh, okay, you probably walk in there and there's like a closet or something. But like you walk in and there's like tunnels and cities like underneath.
Go up one.
Up here?
That one on the right. Yeah, that
This
one
one?
on the right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wonder how far back that goes or something, because to be honest, what like why would you be the guy that's just like, all right, let me start doing this, and you get that far and you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
not finish. That doesn't really make sense.
And I
No,
mean,
once you get that far, you got to finish.
yeah. And who knows? Maybe they were like, we're gonna carve our castle or our city out of this thing, and then like, who knows if they were attacked, and then they had to stop because they got attacked and they no longer like lived there.
That could be
Yeah.
true.
You know, and then like even up here on this part, like on this same picture, at the top right, there looks like there's some on top too, and then there's like another
Mhm.
layer. So who knows if you can go down steps to get down there, and like that's a whole nother area.
Right.
And what's cool is like sometimes you might see something like this, and then it goes out into the ocean. You're like, whoa! Like, did the ocean carve out more on the inside? I mean, it didn't do like the nice structure, but could it have like eroded a lot of stuff on the inside? Did the waters raise because of a flood, and then that's why they had to move? They weren't able to stay close to the ocean.
Yeah.
So there's that one. These are like old cities. They just look like they were blown up or something.
Right.
They could go back to what you said. They were attacked.
Yeah. And that's what my lunch box or my lunch break mentioned. He said a lot of these places say that they had fires and stuff. He goes, but who knows? They might have been attacked and bombed, and they marked it down as fires.
Yeah.
But even up here at the top, like this looks like it's a base, like a fence and stuff now. But like over here, it looks like there was doorways and stuff. Like it could have been like where people lived, like kind of
Right, I
like
was gonna
this,
say
but up here.
Yeah, because that's crazy up in there how it is on like that side of the mountain. Like that's it's pretty interesting.
I guess.
Yep. Dude, this might be like one of the most like eye-opening episodes we've ever done.
And then the fact that like a lot of these are from like different countries and they all have similar designs.
Yeah. And all these people, like this guy, Jay Rodriguez, he Tartaria Rising sent me all of his stuff. So it's like I'm gonna definitely follow this guy and I'll give him a shout out. I'll give all these guys a shout out on these on this episode and stuff too. But this looks weird too. Like this is like almost like it's cut. Like all of this, it looks like it's cut or eroded like perfectly. And it's like maybe they use this as like waterways, and that's where like the docks were. I don't know.
And then the water was receded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
then-
going to be a hell of an achievement for Mother Nature to do that perfect. Like, I mean, they were probably more perfect at one time and eroded away, but that many curves across an area, that's
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is the original area of what the place looked like, and then this is that same exact location now. So it's like, do you know if you leave like a road and you don't do any work on a road, it'll probably be grass within like 10 years or 15 years.
Yes.
Like the road was never there. It's like, what if this is what it is over like, I don't know, maybe a couple thousand years. So like we have no recollection of this because when we started doing history, you know, it's like maybe those weren't even known. Or like I said too, like a war happened.
Because it looks like a fortress too, so
Yeah.
they started firing catapults in there, destroying buildings, and like I said, fire burns down things, and that's what's left of the structure.
And see this, like all these bricks and stuff. These bricks are put on top of this perfectly, and I'm almost certain you could go down into this area, and you can go through all of this.
Where's that at?
I have no idea. It says a castle.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no clue where any of this stuff is.
Now I'm gonna fucking start looking into all of this. It's super interesting. Super.
This was nuts too. Giant petrified snake. Remember we were looking at those snakes?
Oh yeah.
That's pretty dope too.
That said it's in Thailand.
Jeez. Oh my gosh, that would freak me out if I saw that.
Yeah.
Like how real that looks. Oh.
Right?
Oh, that's a wiener. That's after you didn't take a shower. No, I'm kidding. Oh, there's his butthole. Scaly butthole.
What's that? That's petrified butthole over there.
He forgot the wipe. Brought to you by Dude Wipes.
Brought to you by Dude Wipes.
Staff, and I'll bring the sin. Nobody knows about the trouble we're in. Come on, let's make some Nephilim.
It's the Nephilim Portal Baby playset. Comes with a fallen angel, Nephilim baby, and portal to another dimension. One of the Paranoid American playsets. Collect them all at paranoidamerican.com.
Disclaimer: these are custom art creations and not toys meant for wimpy little New World Order babies. Don't eat the art. Don't sue the artist. For more details, visit paranoidamerican.com.
Oh, so here's this area here. This is the longer area.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like a tomahawk steak.
It kind of does.
Jeez.
And so those tunnels you said you can access to get in there, do they even lead back into areas all the way to the rest of that mountain?
I don't know. And some people are asking like where it's from. They're like, anybody know where this is? And like other people are replying, no. This guy said that last one for sure, DEW. I don't know what that means.
Me neither.
Oh, direct energy weapon, but
Oh, wow. That looks like a tiramisu cake.
yeah, but I think that person is probably I don't think direct energy weapons existed back then personally.
Yeah.
I mean maybe, but that's pretty far-fetched.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? They might have had that laser cutting technology we just didn't know about.
Yeah, very true. I mean, yeah, the fact that we're talking about any of this and me saying something as far-fetched is kind of not as
If
far-fetched.
you believe in ancient aliens.
You're on the conspiracy podcast.
Yeah, I know. I ancient aliens maybe, but I don't think that they're all like, I don't know, that the dude with the crazy hair, I think that he has no idea what he's talking about. Like yeah, they probably were in some ways. And like when we don't totally know, and we also don't know why the fucking hieroglyphs of all these people are dogmen and everything else. So maybe there could be, and also the Sumerian text of Anunnaki.
Yes.
Only the bad thing with that though is that Zechariah Sitchin has been labeled a fucking fraud. So it's like people don't look into it so much and don't believe a lot of it because he was the one who supposedly transcribed them and said that they were just coming here for gold and whatnot, which I don't think they were just coming here for gold. I think they were here for a lot more, if any of that's true.
Yeah.
The city of Antigua. I'll see what this is. The ancient town on the low slope in Wasiwan village. Or no one knows what happened here. This literally translated from Chinese. At least they don't say it's a mountain and recognize it's a castle, although they don't know what happened here. That's crazy looking though.
Yeah.
Jeez. So that one's cool. That one's really cool. Sorry, I have so many slides. This is nuts. That one is interesting. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is just the side of a building, or I mean, a side of a mountain.
Right.
This is nuts. You see that thing?
Yeah.
Just right smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, look how small. Like, how do you get there?
Right?
I feel like this is like a level on Assassin's Creed Origins or something, or the one in Egypt where you like have to climb up an entire mountain to see it.
Right.
Melted cities. Wow. Okay. That's very interesting too.
Did that say Tower of Babel?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, It's almost like the tops are like rock or melted somehow. Same with these. These look like stalactites or stalagmites or whatever they're called in the caves, like but right side up instead of upside down. And this is the ancient underground city for 20,000 people. Like this home had all these little areas to go through and tunnels. It's all in Spanish.
That's pretty fucking wild.
Yeah. Like that's why they're so deep. So it's like you could carve down the side of it and you're like, oh wait, that was there. Jeez. That's pretty interesting looking too.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Okay, this is like the electricity. Short little clip from my latest YouTube video where we compare the pattern from Lichenberg effect with the images on Google's spinning space testicle. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, that's fucking funny.
I don't know how this. Oh, okay. I see what they're doing.
So the burn marks like match up with the land patterns.
Yeah, he'll zoom in and show it. See?
Google's spinning space testicle. That's what I'm gonna start calling Earth.
Yeah.
Spinning space testicle.
The one that hangs lower. No.
Right.
That might be my new username on the Discord, the one who hangs lower.
That would be good.
Oh.
Okay, I see what they're talking like. Okay.
Yeah. I guess they're going to show multiple areas, but I don't know. I'll post all these links in the Discord.
Okay.
So like, we'll be like, what the heck is all this?
Okay, so we're on Google spinning space testicle. Hopefully you know that we don't live on a goddamn spinning rock. and we're gonna look for Lichtenberg effects a little bit. I'm just gonna do it a little quickly just so you can see what I'm trying to explain here. So this is Norway. I live all the way down here, and I just see immediately I can see the patterns here. This is the fjords, right? Fjords. And it looks exactly like the Lichtenberg effect. You can see electricity came in through here, spread out branches to the sides and fried everything. You see it everywhere here. Okay, so this is Norway, Denmark. I don't think Denmark has too much of it, we can see. Not a lot, but we move around. See if we can spot some more. Ooh. Here you can see the same thing. Same kind of patterns here. Looks like Lichtenberg effect.
This one was pretty cool looking.
Whoa.
It's like melt.
Yeah,
They
that
said
looks
that these
wild.
are like melting. And I don't know where this is from. Himalayan range. Hundreds of kilometers in a Jeep. Wait, what? I've personally driven through the Himalayan range 100,000 of kilometers in a Jeep. I agree, the official geology story is bunk, but the idea they are all built by men is totally fucking insane. The lines of sediment speak to an extremely quick formation, not thousands of years like people suggest.
So it wasn't thousands of years of erosion.
Well, he's not even the one that posted this. Tartaria Meltdown
Right.
posted this.
Okay.
This guy was just the first comment.
Right, but in a way, what he's saying kind of goes along with quick petrification of an extreme amount of heat.
Oh, I see. Cool. This is what I wanted to show you. Mud flood in Russia. Excavation of a building in Russia exposes a completely buried lower level with windows that still have glass in them. That's crazy looking.
Yeah, it is.
So I believe that there's buildings that have even more layers that are like 50 feet underground too.
Well, isn't the Vatican supposed to have underground tunnels and all of that similar?
Yeah, most major cities have like long tunnels underground, like where I think if there was like some sort of either cataclysm or, I don't know, bombing of some sort, like they could get down there to protect themselves and like live for a period of time. And
I still want to know what.
Yeah.
I still want to know what's underneath the Colorado airport.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is Uzbekistan. Wow. These look like Nazi symbols. Jeez, it's like swastikas, almost like realism. No.
I mean, yeah, exactly, right? But let's also we got to remember that originally that sign was meant for peace. It was an Indian symbol.
Jeez. And maybe Uzbekistan is closer to there than it is here.
Right.
Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that looks amazing.
I'd say any of the Istans or whatever are probably closer over there than
Yeah. I heard Iraq was used as like a resort place, kind of like Vegas before we actually invaded in the 90s. Like people from Australia would go to Iraq as like their version of Vegas.
Oh, no shit.
And they were like, yeah, you guys ruined it for us by bombing them. It's like, jeez.
Yeah. Like, you know what? I'm not surprised. Our government is a piece of shit, so yeah.
Yeah. And like I was saying with the bombings and stuff, it's this, here we have photographs taken during World War I. If you pay attention to the details, you will notice the abundant and pervasive presence of mud. The architecture it's itself appears destroyed and submerged in this muddy landscape. Wow. Yeah, it's like, look how much of a layer this is on top of this. Like, unless it was built down there and then they just put more dirt behind them. But, I don't know. Jeez. It's like, who knows? It might have just been after, like, an attack of some sort.
Right.
This one I think is just a huge hole.
Sinkhole?
Well,
no.
a sinkhole that goes to like an underground tunnel in an underground city.
Yeah, because those designs are just too neat to be ordinary. Wow.
Yeah. And see how it's all underneath an already built city? What's crazy though is like like they should have outfitted it with some stuff.
Right?
You know, modernize it. Maybe bring a broom down there and clean it up.
They were hoping for out of sight, out of mind. Cover it in dirt and mortar and go about your business.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a church, but like, look at the bottom half of the church, like it was buried.
Right.
See how low that is? It's like, who knows how deep that goes?
That's what she said.
Yeah, I wish. This is in Wales. These are more that I was talking about, like how they started doing like excavation and stuff like that, and then they started noticing like they had like stories underneath the buildings. Like that's probably, I mean, look how little those guys are. They're probably, let's just say they're even sitting. So down here would probably be like 3 feet, and then you go up here, that's 6 feet. Then, I mean, you're probably looking at over 20, 30 feet right here.
I wonder how many buildings are like that, you know?
I don't know. I mean, I think that there's a lot in the United States too, which is crazy because it's like, who built that stuff first? And then why did they just cover it and then build on top of it?
Right. New York with the subway systems. I think there's supposed to be some in San Francisco.
Well, not even the subway systems. There are cities under there too.
Yeah.
But then here's that frequency looking thing for the window at that church.
Oh yeah.
Or cathedral, whatever this is considered. And see how much they're digging down? Like all down here, all down here. Like probably up here was where the ground started. To see the door, they would have either had to have steps from here up or right here where they just walk in directly. So they probably dug down 30, 40 feet. Jeez. Same with these. See the lighter parts? The lighter parts is like what was all underground. Unless it's Photoshop, then I don't know. Then I'm an idiot.
Well, I mean, like most of this that we see, like even if anyone watches this, look up some underground buildings or half-covered buildings and stuff like that. Like I've seen them quite a bit too. So there's going to be some other ones that may be photoshopped and shit, but a lot of these that we're seeing, I think, are pretty legit.
Yeah. Like even this, like it's just weird that they would be half of like doorways and windows would be covered. It would be like different if it was like at ground level again, you know, like if all of this was solid, you'd be like, oh, Well, that was their basement or their sub basement or whatever.
Right.
Same with this, but this is Washington D.C. I don't know when this would have been done.
See, that
Maybe
one I don't know if that picture is real or not.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying it isn't, but who knows? I mean, they could have also I would think that, I don't know, that would be one that I want to look up personally too.
Me too.
Because if that's like that, then what the fuck?
Yeah. You're like, the original house was brown. No, not the White House. I don't know what that is. Is that the Capitol building? No. Is this where Abe Lincoln was?
I think so. That's not because that's not the White House or anything. But I think that might be. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I know it's not the White House.
And see this? How much is down here?
Yeah.
And that's all under the roads too. So it's like maybe I don't know, maybe they're like, we're going to get all these people out of here. And instead of building, like tearing down the building, we'll use this as like a form of a bridge. And we'll just build the road on top. It should hold it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'll try to get through these pretty quick. Same thing with down here. Everything light was like underground at one point. And then the darker you go, that's like the next level.
Deep in the woods, what are they doing in there? Bohemian Grove, cremation of care.
The Bohemian Grove Cremation of Care playset comes with a random Grove member, light up flaming effigy, and of course, an owl. Paranoid American playsets, collect them all at paranoidamerican.com.
Disclaimer, these are custom art creations and not toys meant for wimpy little new world order babies. Don't eat the art. Don't sue the artist. For more details, visit paranoidamerican.com.
Yes, the Russian coat of arms flag. You see the white horse right there? Wait, first I want to show, this is the Tartarian flag. Tartaria, Tartary, Grand Tartary. This is their flag. Look closely, okay? You ready? Now look at the Russian look at the Russian flag. Look at that right there, dude. Look closely. Dude, just saying, man. And as we can see where Grand Tartary, aka Tartaria, was, right here, is now where Russia is. And now the Russian flag, coat of arms, whatever, is literally the dragon being slayed. I mean, that's just can't be a coincidence. What do y'all think, you know?
Allegedly, this is rock solid proof that Tartaria was real. You decide. I'm gonna keep it simple, okay? Just gonna use two examples. All right, here's Tartary, right? There's China. Remember this flag right here? Huh, that's strange. This is the Russian coat of arms. Well, don't forget Grand Tartary, which is now the Russian area. There's a Tartarian flag turned upside down. It looks awfully familiar, doesn't it? No, I didn't make up the coat of arms right here. Look, boom. Little dragon, like a little black dragon or a Gryffindor or something like that. The point is, that's the Tartarian flag. If it was only a region, why would they have their own flag? And why would the exact same area where Tartary allegedly was, Tartaria, is this right here? These two examples right here is only two examples. I mean, I've got hundreds and hundreds, but, 99% of y'all that have sense, are like, oh, yeah, it is, Then there's a select few that is just a trip, man. You're just ridiculous.
I love getting into this old world stuff. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Super interesting.
Yes. But see the street, and then all under here, like, what the heck is this?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. The Halls was Paris's central fresh food market. It was demolished in 1971 and replaced by the Westfield Forum. In Westfield, I think that's like a very huge shopping center. Like, Westfield is like, I think for one, it's a hotel company. And then I think it's the malls out in San Diego and stuff too.
That's the mall that's by me as well. It used to be Maryville Mall or whatever the fuck it was, but now it's Westfield.
Okay.
Which is funny.
Yeah, jeez. Like all of this area and stuff too. These ones. That's nuts. And like, look at that all those little pillars holding all of that up.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Try to go through these. We live on the roof, not the surface. Some of this stuff was kind of cool. This is all like underwater cities.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Now
that's
to me, that's some of the wildest shit ever. Like, we can go into old world stuff and whatever else. Like, it's all gonna be pretty interesting and questioning. But this is wild. Underwater shit. How the fuck? Like, how did it get down there? Why would it be down there?
Now
Those are big questions that no one answers.
Yeah. And this says it's part of Egypt, but I think this lion is actually in Florida. But I don't know about these. That's crazy looking. All the different waterways through there now. And these were like where I think this area is where like they put all these slaves and they all died underwater. So then they put statues down there. I'm not 100% sure. And it said to be a punk. Yeah, I don't know. Artificial lake. India. These are like all pretty interesting to me. This is Naples, Naples, Italy. Once considered the Las Vegas of the Roman Empire. What if a lot of these places were considered the Las Vegas? Like, just like almost like the city of sin? So people could go there and do whatever they wanted. But back then, what if their version of like the city of sin, like for us, we think like, oh, well, people go and sleep with hookers out of Vegas and gamble and spend their money and do whatever. But like back in this time, like what would be the version of sin where it'd be so bad? It's like, maybe that's where like the P. Diddy of children were happening.
Well, you think about Sodom and Gomorrah, that would explain the melting. Remember, he rained down fire on the cities?
Yeah.
And so, who to say, like, the biggest story is Sodom and Gomorrah, but who's to say he didn't do it more times than what's in the Bible?
Yeah.
Because there was sin all over the world.
Yeah. And there were people all over the world, too, not just in that general area.
Right.
Where I think a lot of people throw things off.
And that would explain why I referenced the Tower of Babel earlier. Remember, they were building a tower to be closer to God. He knocked it down.
Yeah. That was like
Never said how he knocked it down. If he rained fire from the sky, and that was what's left of it.
Yeah. Jeez. This is in Jamaica. As above, so below. Ooh. Yeah, so these ones are. Jeez. Oh, okay. So these ones, they're trying to show like these were like giants in these areas. And then the people are with them. So like, say down here, like these people are like normal sized people, and then you have like these giants. And who knows? Those might be children too.
Okay.
Because that's a child holding a normal person's hand.
That dude over there has no idea how to spell Nephilim. He's like, Nephilims?
He's from Spain. I don't know what some of these pictures are. That guy looks dead. Looks like a zombie. And that guy too. And that guy too. What in the world? That guy is pretty tall. But maybe these are homunculins. They're like only 4'3". He's 5'5". Yeah, jeez. It is weird to like how they depicted stuff like this. It's like back in the day, and like how old were these pictures from, you know? Looks like they caught one. They tripped them with their shoelaces. And then this guy's really tiny. You see this guy here?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that is interesting. I wonder when that painting was done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. For one, that baby is almost as big as that person. So maybe the baby is from a giant. Jeez. I didn't know what this was. I thought this was like a weird being of some sort. Giving little kids cocaine? Come on. It's like, oh, let me get a bag of fentanyl.
Right?
Sorry, my humor's pretty weird.
Oh,
very weird.
I get it.
Yeah, there's little George Washingtons with big George Washingtons. Yeah, some of these are goofy looking, but I don't know. Maybe those are back then. But then you get into these guys, and you're like, geez.
Wow. See, now some of these are the ones
Spelled it right.
some of these are there we go. Yeah. Some of these are the ones where you're going to be like, are these photoshopped AI generated? When were they from?
Yep.
Depending for size reference, like back then, like what was the average height compared to the average height now? So anybody like 6 and up was considered a giant, where everybody else was between like 5'1" and 5'2". So
Right. Well, it's like Shane Gillis said. He's like, they're like, I can't believe we defeated the British. He's like, I know how. We had a 6'2" retarded ginger guy with fucking horse teeth that came against the British.
Yeah, really. Jeez. Yeah, who knows? I mean, I do know one thing, that the Smithsonian would come in anytime that they would find giant bones somewhere. They would come in and they would destroy them, or they would take them. They would take them under their own stuff, and then you never heard anything about them. But look how big these doors are, these cathedrals.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Like,
And it's like, if it's a church, it's like, why did the doors need to be that big and that hard to open?
yeah, exactly.
That one has a little door for a little guy.
Yeah, who were they expecting to come in?
Or to keep out. Never been so fascinated by doors. These are like these are ones that are in like the Middle East, I think.
Okay.
See the small designs. You can zoom in on those, and it almost looks like the frequencies. Like especially these ones over here.
You think about it, a lot of their artwork over there resembles those frequencies.
Yeah, and it's like I wonder why.
Like, windows, paintings.
Like these ones here, these ones here. These ones. See these here? The frequencies? These ones here?
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Wait, could you go back to that other one?
This one? These ones?
Yeah, it was one that was like more blue.
This one?
Yeah.
That one. Is there any way to zoom in, like right there where those little knobs are?
What knobs?
Up. Well, I'm pointing at my screen like you can see me.
Yeah.
Like there's like 2 square little knobs, like right when you come from like the
right
top.
here? No, that's as far as it can go in. Because then it starts just making everything else bigger.
Okay. Because why do those look like they slide up and down in the door? Or that could just be the pattern of the door.
Yeah, I think that's just a pattern. Because these two, like over on this side, on the left one.
Okay.
Something, I don't know. Maybe that was like a lock from the outside, or to see it that it's locked. I don't know.
Okay.
Getting dizzy looking at this stuff. I feel like I'm looking cross-eyed and then it comes out 3D. Yeah, that lady's huge.
That's a huge bit.
Oh, the classic movies.
Jeez. Oh, and he's got the Freemason hand symbol.
Mm-hmm.
The pocket in the shirt, the hand in the shirt like that was like one of their symbols?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Hmm.
And having a top hat. No, I'm kidding. Oh, I got huge.
Mr. Peanut was the Freemason.
Yeah, really. These buildings were built by ancient miners who were around 9 feet tall. Notice that they fit the doors. Wow. Jeez. Ancient miners? Maybe ancient miners were like a type of person. Miners, maybe that was like a type of area or something, or giant. Oh, do you know who this is? So this is Gilgamesh.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that, but I didn't know if it was or not. Okay.
So he, this is a full-grown lion, and he would just carry it around like a what's it called? Like a normal cat or a pet.
I'm glad you specified because I thought that was a dog.
No, that's a lion.
Like he just carried around his puppy.
Oh no. This guy was probably like, I think they said he was like 12 feet or more. He might have even been bigger than that. Like they
Wasn't
they call the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't that what came out in one of Hillary's emails that she was looking for the Tomb of Gilgamesh or something?
Yeah, she was trying to either reincarnate him or clone him. I think she was trying to like bring him back so that way they could ask him questions of some sort, but I don't know if I believe that. I think it was more or less like she was trying to clone him and then just bring him back and have him destroy stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Then you're getting into biblical proportions.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how big he was compared to normal people. Like 185, that's what, 6 something?
Okay.
I think.
I like how he just always has a lion in a stranglehold.
Yeah. And the best sword from Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the skimmer.
Yeah. But it says he was 350 centimeters. So like a normal person. And I think the 3 meta or the 50 centimeters, I think that's a cross. Like I think that's his chest. Because I think there was like something cubits. And cubits is like your elbow to your tip of your finger. And then a span is like from your wrist to your tip of your finger, which is like 6 inches. So like here to here, if you had 4 of those across, you'd be looking at somebody that would tower over Brock Lesnar just across, yeah, not even like tall wise. That one is fake. It was like a huge Japanese sumo wrestler guy or something. That was a fake one. See, this was from a movie. It was definitely faked. I don't remember what movie it was. And then humans and giants, like humans and giants. And who knows, those might be those like homunculus, like little people too. Like there was like forms of like little small people. Maybe those were the ones that are tiny, and then you have the big ones too. In some of these depictions is what I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what this is. Oh, the giant thing. Dang, that's a huge gun.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. Oh, this is like a fake. This is a depiction like of how big these boulders and stuff are.
Okay.
I don't understand. These might just be like from books. Ooh, nudity. Butt cheeks. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know where this is from. So it's like there's no, I can't show any of this. I mean, then there's a crown, but it's like, was something that big to put that crown on? If it's like that, I feel like it's just decoration. It might have been the top of a building. This was a part of the Smithsonian. In October 1895, a tall mummy of a Native American man was found in a cave near San Diego. The mummy was around 9 feet, and its ribs were protruding from its skin. The mummy was speculated to be only over 200 years old, and Smithsonian Museum came to buy the artifact only for it to never be seen or heard of again. And it was in these newspapers. Like these newspapers would find it like in 1900s or something. They would be like, there was an area where I think it was in Seattle or somewhere in the northwest where they found these giant bones, and like these bodies were like 9 feet tall, 10 feet tall, or 9 feet tall. And then I think the smallest one was like 6 feet tall or 7 feet tall. And it was a female, like it was a woman. And the Smithsonian came and took the remains, and then you never heard of it again. But somebody kept the newspaper clipping, kind of like this situation.
Right. I've heard of that quite a few times, the Smithsonian doing that shit.
Yeah. And then here's the palm tree. This is the type of palm tree where this stuff was found. So they're saying that the giants were probably as tall as these palm trees, almost. Like if its head was right there compared to these people down here on the right.
True.
Jeez. This lady's reading giant ass books. We got ourselves a reader. These are like axes or decorations. I can't tell.
Little of both.
Yeah, I'll try to get through these quick. This is a guy with a sword.
Imagine trying to swing that shit.
Yeah, I would fall over on me. Like, dagnabbit. So this is pre-reset and then after the reset. And if you think about it, I mean, not to keep turning it back to biblical, but like if the giants were around and stuff before the flood, it's like maybe this was stuff that people were able to like, I don't know. Well, I guess it's not like they would be able to find pictures that before the flood out or after the flood then.
Yeah.
Unless they were like painting in watercolors. Pre-reset, after reset. Like how big this thing is. But that might not even be the same one either. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Jeez. But and this is also like a painting too, so it's like maybe they were trying to get everything in the painting so that way you could see it all. So
Right.
I mean, it's definitely very interesting stuff for sure. And I'm not like, I can doubt stuff. I don't care. I don't have proof. So it's like, but that guy's holding a lamb in a bag, and it's not in a bag. What is this, 3D meat? I'm gonna sound like that. Okay, so this one here is like, this is how tall these people were from the right side, and then to the left side, it's like they're way shorter than where that wall or than where that is. But also, it's a painting.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you can't compare it with a painting. Granite bathtub.
Wow.
He was a giant. It's like they don't tell you this is his jacuzzi.
Right.
Yeah, look
Long day in the field. That's where he relaxed.
It says it was likely laser cut. History is a lie. This is what's crazy to me. Clearly, little people cast awkwardly large iron balls to hoist into massively large cannons, then they can reach to fire them.
Now, a cannon like that And depending on if they lit the ball on fire, would be enough to tear down some of those other buildings we saw.
Yeah, or
Where
cause
they
like
look melted.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, could you imagine a cannon that big firing that huge ass ball at something? It would wreck like a whole castle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why so few, you say? There are not a few of these giant trees. The remnants are everywhere. Our eyes only allow us to see small glimpses of what was. But the more your eyes open, the more you realize that these ancient trees were everywhere. You see, we have been told to dismiss what our eyes have told us for so long. Erasing all truths of the old world is a vast and extensive lie that branches off into all facets of our life. The lies are numerous, and the reason for it is quite simple. Those unaware of their true past, of their true capabilities and origins, are all that much more easier to control. It's not just about giant trees, though the giant trees for me and many others
Jeez. These are some of the they were like trees before.
They're just flat top there.
Yep. There's these ones, the petrified. It was like an old tree back in the day.
Yeah.
These ones are under a microscope with salts. Yeah, this is definitely a lot more stuff than I was expecting. I was not expecting like all of this stuff. They were saying that this used to be a tree, like a giant tree. And it almost looks like the bark and stuff of a tree too. Devil's Tower.
Right.
That's what it's called.
Whoa.
And like the main thing with those two is the way that it's like shaped and just happens to be cut off at the top.
Yes. It's like it's insane looking. We thought these trees were big until we learned about these. Wow. Silicon roots? I don't understand that. Carbon roots? Silicon roots.
Quarry, desert, wasteland.
Yeah. Says, so you think lava made these perfect hexagonal spires? Must have been some smart lava.
Yeah.
It's not lava. It's ancient petrified plant life. One of these was kind of weird though. It was like meat, and you're like, wait, what? Wow. That's all pretty interesting too.
The faces in the stone.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that one kind of looks like a horse. Oh, yep. They showed it right after I said it.
What? Oh, before this one after.
Yeah.
Oh. I was wondering why there was a horse there. Jeez. Yeah, I've seen somewhere it was like a woman laying sideways. This might be her.
Hmm.
Her head, her body, her feet. This is a tree where the roots go all the way down to like the water source.
Wow.
And it just comes out like crazy. There was like another one that was like that too. Here's like another one that was like a huge petrified looking tree.
That is massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These ones here are the same. That's amazing.
Yeah, just like right, and it's like just one big giant square block.
It looks like that tiramisu place. Remember that other one I showed you? All right, we got 3 more and that's it. Oh my gosh, they all have pictures or multiples. All right, I'm done with that one. This one, it was the tree peeing out his butt. Oh, and then this.
Oh yeah. There we go. Advertisement for the network.
Yeah. What was I gonna do? I'm gonna remove this. TBD, you got a thought for the day?
I might.
Or do you want to do trivia first?
I forgot about the trivia.
Yeah. You cool with trivia? We'll do trivia thought for the day. We'll let you do your plugs and then we'll end it and then we'll definitely break this into like 4 different parts. This is our longest episode yet. Maybe 3. Maybe we'll do a good 3 episodes.
Perfect. And I have the thought for today for when we're ready.
Or we could just call it doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling.
Yeah. All right. So there's 5 different topics. It's random tech, schemes, mythos, and aliens. Those are usually the themes. So the first one, I'll give the question, then I'll give the multiple choice, and then I will do the answer after you guess it. Okay. I don't know why I'm holding them like so you guys can't see. All right. For 2001: A Space Odyssey, director Stanley Kubrick attempted to buy an insurance policy to protect against what? A. Slow pacing. B. Delays from moon landing filming. C. Time travel copyright laws. Or D. E.T.'s landing before released.
What was C?
Time travel copyright laws?
Yes.
Okay, what about you?
I almost want to go with D.
D is in Delta or B is in Bravo?
D. Delta.
Okay, yeah, you're right. E.T.'s landing before release.
Really?
Yeah. All right. The next topic, that one was random. This topic is tech. CERN hid their confession about causing the Mandela effect in a music video titled what? A. Here we go again, or Here I Go Again. B. Happy at CERN. C. Time After Time. D. She blinded me with science.
I'm going with.
Oh yeah, I'd say B. Banana.
Okay. Happy at CERN.
I'm going with Time After Time.
Okay, it was B. Happy at CERN. All right. The next one is schemes. In August of 1944, the Communist Party of Russia ordered what piece of history to be rewritten? A. Romanov murders. B. The existence of Tartaria. C, the handling if the amber room of, I think it's supposed to be of the amber room, the handling of the amber room. D, the Siberian encounter.
A.
A, the Romanov murders.
Yes.
All right, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with B because we were talking about. He might be right though, but I'm gonna go with B just because we were talking about Tartaria.
It was the existence of Tartaria, which is crazy because I
Oh,
didn't even pick these. I just grabbed like a chunk and was like, I'm picking 5.
But I felt it was too convenient because we were talking about Tartaria. That's why I didn't pick it. That's why I went with the Romanov murders.
I almost tried to find every Tartaria type trivia question, but I didn't have time. I woke up late. All right, this topic is called Random. Who faked his death and later emerged as the popular YouTuber Mark Dice? A. River Phoenix. B. Michael Jackson. C. Tupac Shakur. D. Heath Ledger. And I don't even know who Mark Dice is.
Me neither.
I think I still watch Mark Dice actually, but I don't think any of those sound like.
It was Heath Ledger.
Okay, who do you think? Business party.
I would say that the most likely answer would be Michael Jackson.
Okay, it's A. River Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see it though.
Yeah, I got 4. Okay. And the fifth and final one is what American athlete claims that his wife is a witch who helps him win by performing rituals? Jeez.
This is so easy.
It's not Taylor Swift. So A. Michael Jordan, B. Tom Brady, C. LeBron James, or D. Derek Jeter.
It's Mr. Brady.
Yeah, I have to go with Brady.
Yeah. I had no idea. That's crazy. And then
It
what's
was
cool is
all
like,
in the news when they were getting divorced.
oh really? I didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
But like all of the questions and stuff, they all have like a little
QR code.
code. Yeah. So like once you look it up, it actually like pulls all that information and stuff.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
Wait.
Yeah. I was telling Business Party because he's never played with us before.
Oh.
All right. And then TBD, you want to do your thought for the day?
Yes. The thought for today. Some disappointments are necessary for you to reach your destination.
And the thought for the day, if you didn't know, they're like just little quotes that he does. It'll be quotes, motivation, anything. So,
Yeah.
Nice.
Sometimes they're funny. Sometimes they're inspirational.
Yeah.
Some don't make any sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
Some are violence.
There was just that one that promoted violence. Told people to punch people in the face.
Yeah. Heart on the pillow caused pink eye. Then there was a pink
I
eye.
actually told my nephew that the other day. He kept like shooting me with his dart gun. I was like, I'm gonna wait till you're not in your room and we're gonna fart on your pillow and you're gonna wake up with pink eye. And he was like, what? He's like, keep shooting me, find out. Keep shooting me.
And you just blew his mind. He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Oh, did you want to plug anything? I got your Instagram up, and I got your other one up too.
Oh yeah, right on. Yeah, come check us out, Business Party Podcast. Like you see on here, we go live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and it's on Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, and X, Twitter. We go live on all those platforms. Jump in the comments with us. We usually go over news articles. Sometimes we do have people on. We like having much more guests, and we might be switching to a second day, which is going to be Fridays.
Okay.
That'll be mainly just news, but yeah, we like to just have fun, especially going live and stuff. We like to talk to the people in the comments, and if they want to bring up other articles they think we should talk about and stuff, feel free. But yeah, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and these other things that he's scrolling through are some of the other ones that we're building with Business Party Network. Like we have the Oaks Hour.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. And one of the other ones that just joined us is Choices Not Chances with Ryan Rogers. That's a very good one. He just does more interviews, talks to a lot more military people and stuff like that.
Okay.
Then right there we have Mama Jay with Haley doing Pretty Antisocial podcast. They're on Rumble.
Cool.
Then we got Off Label. That's mainly just on Rumble. I think they do Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then the Weekend Hangover is Davey and Mama. That's Sundays. That's
what was the one right before the Weekend Hangover?
Off Label.
Off Label.
Mm-hmm. Off Label podcast. That's with yeah, there you go. Yep, that's with yep, and Davey. They do every Tuesday and Thursday, and they kind of go through some culture stuff, but it's mainly sticking to what's going on with everything with our government. A lot of like hearings and stuff like that, so you can see exactly what the fuck they're trying to pass and talk about, and so it's nice and informative.
Okay, cool. Yeah, here's the Business Party Podcast. We showed this with Jackie's and stuff too, but I wanted to give you a chance to plug your own and everything. Kind of fun.
For sure.
Yeah, and some of these people that I'm connecting with and stuff on the on Instagram and everything, like this guy down here, We the People Radio, his name's James. I feel like you would like talking with him. He does more politics and stuff, but then he gets more into like conspiracy stuff too, like Big Mike.
Fucking Big Mike with Obama. Oh, she's got a power hold on him. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's been working. I was told to talk to him through Mike Romanelli. Mike Romanelli was like, definitely hit James up. He's got a really good podcast out there. He had this guy on named Garrett Goldsberry, and I think he's like really big into jiu-jitsu and stuff, but then they go into politics and everything too. So even if we reached out to him and had him on, or like you guys could even talk like jiu-jitsu or something, you know, or MMA, like it doesn't even have to be about politics and stuff too. So. But
hell yeah, I'll check that out.
Yeah. But hey, dude, you got anything you want to say?
Not necessarily, besides always question what is going on and look into things. That's the point of kind of what we do, like even with like what you guys do and kind of what I've done before and all that, like always question it all the time. Look into where it's at, look into why it is, who's saying it, and especially follow the money on everything.
Yeah.
No, 100% there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, good people have a good meeting.
There you go. And thank you guys for checking in and tuning into the podcast. In code, this is the SpeakInCOAD Podcast. Stay safe, stay blessed, and keep on questioning. And for Chente, you forgot.
Lost in time where stories sleep, an empire grand secrets keep. Tartaria where rivers flowed, ancient tech old world bestowed. Mud floods rise, erase the trace, hidden past, buried place. Glorious days now turn to mist, histories we missed. Oh, Tartaria, you dance in mystery. Old world tales deep in history. its might. Legends now in whispers told, hearts of wonder search for gold. Maps that fade in aged hands, lost connections across the lands. Cultures rich left to unfold, mystic tales and dreams of old. Oh, Tartaria!